1993, and niggas need to miss me, be saving these hoes. You know how these tricks be buying them clothes. Wanna taxi hoes on Vogue with the beat, and have them sitting next to them in the front seat. But not BC, I'm a hog about the V. And my mom is fuck a hoe and hit the throttle to the smoke. Talking on my okie doke. Worldwide, I got a clients up in Tokyo.
Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. What's that nigga's name?
Captain Saber.
More faster than a speeding bullet to put on this cape is caught. I pulled it, fake the fuck, not me, that's not the way to do it. Captain motherfucking Saber, how came to me? Flying just like a little old batch, all up in front of my company. Had to check his ass with the ear checked up and bucking. Talking to him while I'm beating his ass, pumping beer. Talking about nigga, you gon' retrospect something. Should I say?
I wanna be saved.
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 Mr. Super Trick, Mr. Super Snitch. Yeah, you wanna kill me cause I fucked your bitch. You should've had your cape on tight that night, cause a nigga like the shot show plus some ride. And now your bitch is straight calling me, loving me. On or under for the porno star that I be. And don't you come in my face with that trick shit. You better try some more shit.
I got to get the grab any batch that I want, but I don't. Cause batches nowadays will get you caught up in some funk. Out now, I'm not trying to save you housing. How come when I was broke you wasn't brown nosing? The other day you see me smobbing down magazine with some old nigga in your car looking at me mean. I stopped in the middle of the street, reached under my seat to grab my heat. Man, it's that same motherfucker that I got into it with at the club last.
Man, them niggas can't say they bitch made us, so they store. But niggas with no heart don't want no parts of this. Nigga rolling with the funk mob, and when it's funk, the pumpers spit them double lungs. So what you doing when we roll through your hideout? Let my Mac get off and then I rise out. With your ass there smoking like an incense. You saving hoes, nigga, and that's big shit.
Should I say?
I wanna be saved. I'm crossing up niggas and bitches and even snitches just for my riches. Captain Saber, ho, I ain't got no problem with that old shit. I gives a damn as long as he's paying. It ain't my fault because he sprung off my land. I'm taking GA checks, go to the bank. Hey, if your breath stink, you get skanked, man. Long as a trick comes falling down, that gives me all the sets to put on my suit and claim.
Well, make that nigga take care of your kids. Make that nigga call your kids his. Make that nigga get out there and work. Make his ass buy you a Union Burke. It's all part of that nigga take care of me. Pussy whip nigga come save me. Batches out there be on the lookout for Captain Saber how. Cause he's saving how. Should I say?
I wanna be saved.
Should I say?
I wanna be saved.
Should I say?
I wanna be saved.
Should I say?
I wanna be saved. I wanna be saved. I wanna be saved. I wanna be saved. I wanna be saved.
Fuck that, what they talking about? I'll save a hoe. Yeah, baby. What's up? You wanna get your nails done? Come on, let's go down the league to Kim's Nails. Yeah. We get your nails done, get your hair done. What about your kids? How many kids you got? 2? Oh, that's cool. Yeah, we can go feed and clothe them kids. We get to go down and get the hook up at Durant Square. Yeah, baby, I'll do anything for you. Want your phone turned on? I get it turned on to mama. Matter of fact, I'll get you a cellular phone and a pager. We get that package deal down there at Cellular One. Baby, I'm here for you. I got you.
Mental Health Monday. Hey, all of my beautiful sisters in the chat, I mean no harm. I didn't write the song. I got you. I love all of my sisters who support me. 5.0, 5.0, 5.0. I got you. It's Mental Health Mondays. I'm having a good time. I'm enjoying myself. You know, hey, I welcome the contention. I welcome the pushback. Please have your comments. Vote in the chat. Team Will Smith, Team Jada, Team August, Team Captain Saberho. You pick, you know what I'm saying? We're going to chop it up. Mental Health Mondays. We're going to unpack it. I got some more vibes, you know what I'm saying? My name is Perfect. This is the Perfect Timing Podcast. We simulcasting live on 3 channels right now. We getting the vibe right. You see what the vibe is right now on the screen, man. I didn't do it to him, man. I didn't do it to him. It ain't my fault. Every time I'm going to bring it back to that, y'all. It's not my fault, man. Mental Health Mondays. We're going to unpack this, man, because some people saw Will Smith protected. Some people didn't see anything wrong. I saw a lot wrong. I saw somebody with a crisis, some mental health going on, some trauma, and a lot of times mental health is not recognized, and it's not recognized until it's too late and violence ensues. Never should it resort to violence. Violence is never the answer. So we're going to unpack this, man, and we're going to have a good time while we unpack it. So I got another vibe. I got a couple vibes for us to get together, man. I'm from the San Francisco Bay Area. That was one vibe for the San Francisco Bay Area. I got another vibe from the San Francisco Bay Area because, you know, we just push this P in a different organization. You know what I'm saying? We push this P in a different manifestation. You know what I'm saying? It's a different creation. It's a different exacerbation. So, you know what I'm saying? It might be hard for some people to keep up with, you know what I'm saying, the matriculation, but this is Perfect Timing Podcast, man. So don't put your cape on, man. Don't save them, man, because they truly, truly, truly don't want to be saved, man. Y'all will see the outcome. Y'all will see the downfall. Shout out to the 3 Kings, man. How did you know, man? God knew, man. We so lit. We so lit. We so lit. Shout out to the 3 Kings, Street Doctor, 2 Raw. Let's go to this next vibe, man.
The Mechanics.
I'm smoking loud. My bitch is bad. My money long. I stay poppin' tag. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All on the bitch. All on the bitch. Every day, all on the bitch. Everything's on her. She bought it. I ain't never gotta work. Fuck work. I'm just enjoying this California sun. Hanging in the town back when I was young. Prostitutes look like models in the back of Cadillacs with champagne bottles. A pimp is all I ever wanted to be. Everything to a bitch getting money to me. I'm in her dreams when she's wide awake, thinking about how much money she can make for a nigga. But don't feel badly, she'll tell you I'm a real daddy. Her biological ain't shit. If he was, she wouldn't be my bitch. My bitch. She wouldn't have bought my whip, no shit, and came home with all my chips. I'm smoking loud. My bitch is bad. My money long. Stay poppin' tag. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All on the bitch. All on the bitch. Every day, all on the bitch.
Yeah. I'm popping tags, smoking strong, money long, cracking crab at thing loans with your bitch, and I swear she enjoying it. I'm having money like them cats on the Forbes list. She dropped dead gorgeous, riding on the passenger, put her on the phone, got the whole track harassing her. Money's what I'm after, so I can never love a bitch. So any bitch that love me gon' let her see me rich. I'm deeper than the sea, bitch. 5 hoes are better. Never chase the bitch, cause my team chase cheddar. Ciroc Armoretta, my fit be all leather. A magnet to the bitch, poo half the whole catcher. Money on the dresser when I wake up in the AM. 4G's on the whip when I slide through that A6. Diamonds in the bracelet, rollie on my wrist. Young nigga from the rich, everything got a bitch heft.
I'm smoking loud. My bitch is bad. My money long. Stay poppin' tag. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All on the bitch.
It's real.
All on the bitch.
Look.
Deck all on the bitch.
Look, I say Monday through Sunday, I'm a sinner hoe, and I'm fire that bitch, you don't send a nigga dough. Broke bitch, please, look, I gotta let you go. Keep your feelings in your purse, bitch, you're too emotional. Worry about my other bitch, what part of the game is that? She wanna see a nigga rich at night running the stat. You was Barbie Mac, but we can't feel these Barbie, no dick on discount, broke bitch, you can't afford me. Everything foreign, everything on 4Gs, and I don't want your pussy, bitch, especially if it's born. Or 100,000 low, whatever stay you can keep. Whatever hit the flow, bitch, belong to a beat. My trap on the dresser, I ain't gotta tell her twice. My bitch stumped down, I ain't looking for a wife. Stripping that night, pulling dates at the club, looking in the wrong place. If you looking for some love, spill.
You smoking loud. My bitch is bad. My money long. Stay poppin' tag. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. All on the bitch. All on the bitch. Deck all on the bitch. I'm smoking loud. My bitch is bad. My money long. I stay poppin' tag. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday.
Perfect Timing Podcast in the building. We not done. Share the show, man. We got to share the show, man. Share the show. I know a lot of people live right now. Share the show. Hit the share button, man. Hit the share button, man. I got another vibe, man. We vibing out, man. Hit the share button, man. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not going to stop going in on this Captain Save a Whole vibe. The whole show today is going to be on this Captain Save a Whole vibe. I'm not backing off of this Captain Save a Whole vibe. Right now, two men who have more subscribers than me who copy my content. I'm not even gonna say these niggas' names no more. But there are two prominent YouTube subscribers, you know what I'm saying? And there's one woman. Two men have said the women in the space are more influential than the black men in the space, right? And right now, there's a black woman doing a live stream on this topic. She got 2,000 people watching. You know what her topic is? Her topic is when a black man saves a woman who doesn't deserve to be saved. It's the Captain Save a Hoe. So it's like the black woman could talk about the Captain Save a Hoe topic, but when a black man who you might find attractive and you might look up to is honest about the topic, people get turned off. I think that's bullshit. So I'm not going to back off. I'm going to go all the way in even harder on this Captain Save a Hoe topic because this black woman right now got 2,000 people watching as she discussed the Captain Save a Hoe behavior because there is real downstream effects and real ramifications to the Captain Save a Hoe behavior. From the whole song, I didn't make up the song is real. From you trying to protect someone who doesn't need to protect it, doesn't desire your protection. Jeopardize your whole brand, jeopardize a relationship between you and your brother worth $100 million. Yeah, that was some simp-ass Captain Save a Hoe shit. That was not no husband shit. That was not no man shit. I don't want no man who watches me, no young man who thinks that that's what being a man is all about. You never resort to violence. That's always the last resort. And this one thing, rest in peace, Mama Shirley taught me. There's a right way to do wrong. Motherfuckers forget that shit. There's a right way to do wrong. I'm worth $100 million. And this is what I said last night on the Three Kings podcast with Two Raw and Street Doctor. Jada Pinkett is a hoe and out of pocket because a wife, any queen, would have stopped their king from embarrassing himself and jeopardizing the brand. Any queen would have stopped this queen. My wife, Mrs. Perfect Timing, it happened to us in restaurants all the time. She would calm me down. Perfect. Sit down. Calm down. Do not resort to physical. You are not some type of thug. You are not some type of criminal, some vulgar, repulsive, you know what I'm saying? Someone who does not know how to conduct himself in public. You are a husband. You are a leader. You are a father. You are a king. You don't get your hands dirty. It's real boss shit. And what's bothering me is that it's being missed on so many levels. We just want to laugh, but the real boss shit, that's why it had to come from a king. This perspective had to come from a king. This perspective had to come from a king because no king has discussed it. So you haven't heard a real man discuss it. And last night when I shared this with my brothers was quiet and they was like, you know what, Perfect, you're right. A real wife would never incite violence. A real woman who loves her husband and knows she got a king on her side that might really be violent and might really hurt another man, she would never incite him to hurt another man. She would forgo the disrespect. It's called sacrifice. And a godly woman knows about long suffering and sacrifice for the benefit of her family. She would, everybody in the chat, everybody on YouTube, all the black women saying that he defended something, you out of pocket. You're not in your wife, you're not in your godly spirit. I'm checking the women in my chat. You out of pocket. Check yourself before you wreck yourself. If you a godly woman, I pray on this channel. If you a godly woman, don't incite me to violence. Don't condone violence. I'm at 100 million. I'm at 100 million. You pray for me. I said I want a woman with powerful prayer. I want Chris Rock to be scared, not because I'm a puncher, because my woman is a prayer warrior. We don't have to resort to violence. We already won. We got 100 million. We got 100 million. We're not resorting to violence. That's low level, low frequency. At what point do we become men? Are we still Negroes at 100 million? I still got to fight at 100 million to prove something to a bitch, not to my wife. I don't got to prove shit to my wife. My wife loves me, undoubtedly. What's the song? Good and bad, you know what I'm saying? I love me some him. You know what I'm saying? If I'm hurt, sick, fucked off, my wife love me. I don't got to prove a motherfucking thing to a wife. That's every wife, not just my wife. And she ain't got to prove shit to me. Never do I need her to stand up. I'm honored. I embody perfection. I don't need no another nigga, no another bitch, not my wife, to stand up and defend my honor. How the fuck that sound for a man? It sound equally stupid for a woman. If you a boss, I grew up in a place where women sell dope, women carry guns, women ride on gold things. How does that sound? I don't need no nigga, no bitch to defend my honor. I'm perfect. I'm a king. And where I come from, women feel the same way. I don't need no man to it's my honor. It's my honor as a boss bitch out here in these streets, as a queen, or whatever the fuck you call yourself. It's my honor. It's sucker shit. Oh yeah, I'm going in. I had to be the one to talk about it. I had to be the one to talk about it. It's sucker shit. It's sucker shit. A wife does not incite a king to violence. A wife is my peace. She provides counsel. And Will Smith is a bitch because he laughed at first. He didn't react like a king. He didn't react like a killer. He laughed at the joke. And then his wife incited him to go be violent to another black man. That was some Captain Save-A-Ho, sucker simp ass shit. There's a right way to do wrong. At what point do we elevate? 5.0 is a race to the top. 5.0 is men elevating men. At some point, I got to tell my son, like, when you reach a certain level, you become a boss, right? Did everybody miss that? It's like we so low frequency after the COVID and everything. It's like, oh yeah, protect me, protect. Man, fuck that. I'm 100 million. Bill Gates ain't putting his hands on nobody. Come on, y'all. How y'all missed the boss aspect of it? Y'all forgot how much money Will Smith is worth? He had over 100 million. What did Beyonce say? Beyonce said it's $1 billion on this elevator. Everybody wanted Beyonce to hit Jay-Z and Jay get into a big fight. Beyonce said that's easy for you niggas to say. It's $1 billion on this elevator. It's $1 billion on this elevator. So all y'all talk shit, but Beyonce was a queen. Y'all forgot. I gotta remind y'all, Beyonce was a queen. Y'all forgot? Yeah, this ain't the first time this happened. Beyonce exhibited what you're supposed to do in this situation. Beyonce said it's $1 billion brand on this elevator. So irregardless of what y'all wanted to see happen on the elevator, that's not what's happening. We are billionaires. We beyond that shit. And my sister was out of pocket and my husband reacted properly. We billionaires. We are beyond that shit. So you saying my husband should have hit my sister? My husband should hit another woman? That's how a billionaire react? No, my husband does not respond in kind. Come on, y'all. Come on, y'all. Where the bosses at? Where the CEOs at? Where the people who understand the mob boss? Remember the movies we watched in the 80s? You don't get your hands dirty. Will Smith has reached a certain level. He actually could hire Chris Rock, fire Chris Rock. Will Smith makes his own movies. I mean, it's levels. We're going to talk about the different levels. See, what happened is Will Smith had ascended to a higher level than Chris Rock. His wife made him come back down. To do what he did, it was a descending moment. You understand? You ever heard that before? I've had people say that to me. For Will Smith to commit this violent act, he came down off of his throne. He came down off of his throne to do this. He came down off of his throne to do this. King got army. A king got an army. A king got soldiers. A king got knights. How are the black people justifying this action from a king? Is it kingly? Okay, give me that. Okay, you want to say all this stuff about Will Smith and his wife. Is this the actions of a king? A king is not rash. A king is tempered, patient, monitored. My response is going to be monitored, tempered, patient, calculated. That's a king. That's a king. That's how a king would respond. A king is not going to respond spontaneously. You're never going to know how I'm going to respond. You're never going to know. I want you to be in fear. He was already afraid. Chris Rock was already afraid. I would have left him in fear. I'm a king. I would have let him be afraid. And then we would have a talk with my sons. See, Chris Rock got 2 daughters. Will Smith got 3 sons. See, we would have had a talk. I would have brought Chris Rock to the round table. Yeah. Chris Rock would have got brought to the round table at a later date of my choosing. Not on his stage, because that was Chris Rock's stage. Will Smith made so many mistakes. I can't give Will Smith no points for nothing. Will Smith made so many mistakes at a later date of my choosing, on my ground, where you are not comfortable, where you are not the host, where you don't have power, where you don't have influence. We're going to discuss this at a later date of my choosing. That's king shit. But what happened, this was a mental breakdown. This was a mental breakdown. So let's show it, because a lot of people focusing on the slap. A lot of people focusing on the slap. But I got a problem with the way people going to look at us after this. A lot of people focusing on the slap, but people are not focused. This is Mental Health Mondays. I want you to see this man, his mental capacity at the time after the event. You're going to see how he came apart. This is a broken man. How can we give him credit for his actions when he doesn't have all his faculties? He wasn't operating in 100% capacity. How can we give him any credit for what he did? I can't give him no points for what he did. We raising our men to be kings and be tempered, have better rationale.
In this time in my life, in this moment, I am overwhelmed by what God is calling on me to do and be in this world. Making this film, I got to protect Ingenue Ellis, who was one of the strongest, most delicate people I've ever met. I got to protect Sanaya and Demi, the two actresses that played Venus and Serena. I'm being called on in my life to love people and to protect people and to be a river to my people. And I know to do what we do, you got to be able to take abuse. You got to be able to have people talk crazy about you. In this business, you got to be able to have people disrespecting you. And you got to smile and you got to pretend like that's okay.
He not okay. He not okay. This Mental Health Mondays. A lot of people laughed at Will Smith. A lot of people made jokes about Will Smith. Black men, mental health. American men, mental health. Fathers, mental health. Husbands, mental health. He's not okay. Who watched this and thinks that Will Smith is okay? Who with $100 million slap somebody? He's not okay. It's a cry for help on Mental Health Mondays. This is a cry for help. Father, when I played last week, Kevin Gates. Kevin Gates talking about he wanted to take himself out. He said, Kevin Gates said, I don't feel appreciated. Kevin Gates, you can't hear my voice right now? How men feel? We don't feel appreciated. We don't feel love. He not okay. And Jada been playing with his emotions. Society been playing with his emotions. Does he have a brother he can call on? The brotherhood is what saved me. Does he have a Two Raw? Does he have a street doctor? Who is his brother? Who gonna pray for Will Smith? He not okay. He not okay, bro. He said you supposed to be cool with it. You supposed to be okay. What that meme say? What that meme say on Instagram? What do fathers say in America? Fathers in America, what we say? I'm all right. Hey, daddy, how you doing? I'm all right. Hey, daddy, how you been? I'm all right. Y'all seen that meme? He ain't all right. We ain't all right. He's not all right. We not all right. You saw the slap. Did you see the acceptance speech? I don't give a fuck about the numbers in the chat. I don't give a fuck about the people subscribing and watching. Go laugh. Go laugh at Will Smith. Go laugh. Go make a fucking meme. Nobody watched the acceptance speech. He said he's not okay. He's not okay. Who gives a fuck about the black father? He's not okay. He hasn't been okay. He has not been cool. Ever since this shit happened, he's been fractured. He's been looking for help to get put back together. Like a lot of us, we come to the manosphere broken. We come to the manosphere fractured. We come to the manosphere divorced, cheated on, depressed. We come to the manosphere not okay. Fuck wrong with y'all?
But Richard Williams, and what I loved, thank you, D. Denzel said to me a few minutes ago, he said, at your highest moment, be careful, that's when the devil comes for you. It's like, I want to be a vessel for love. I want to say thank you to Venus and Serena. I just spit. I hope they didn't see that on TV. I want to say thank you to Venus and Serena and the entire Williams family for entrusting me with your story. That's what I want to do. I want to be an ambassador of that kind of love and care and concern. I want to apologize to the Academy. I want to apologize to all my fellow nominees. This is a beautiful moment, and I'm not crying for winning an award. It's not about winning an award for me. It's about being able to shine light on all of the people, Tim and Trevor and Zach. And
He crying because he coming apart. He crying. He been crying since the red table. He crying because he coming apart. It's a cry for help. Right now, he looking for words. He rambling. The speech went on a lot longer than it should have because it's not about the Oscar. This moment is not about the Oscar. It's about Will Smith. Anybody watching, or y'all really don't listen to what he's saying. Look at his eyes. Look at his face. Look at the muscles in his face. This is not about the Oscar. It's not about the movie. This moment, he doesn't even know what he's saying anymore. He doesn't know where he is. He's having a transcendent moment right now in front of the whole world. Man, we need to hug our brother. He had to break down like this in front of everybody. This is what they've done to us. He had nowhere else to go. He had nowhere else to go. He had nowhere else to go. So in front of the whole world, he did therapy. He had to get it out. He had to get it out. He had to cry it out. He had to get in front of the whole world because everybody's seen him be humiliated anyway. Everybody knows the story. Everybody knows what his wife did to him. And no one cares about how he feels as a man. It's just funny. We just laugh. August this, August that. This is his wife. That little boy, he made that movie after he loved Jaden. He did the rap song with him. His son who he look up to. How do you get your respect back from your son? How do you go back? I'm about to start crying. I'm about to start crying because this fucked up, blood. This fucked up. How do you get your respect back from your son? How do you get your respect back from your son? How do you go back to your son after what she did? His mother. Has anybody thought about that? He still has to be a father. What about his daughter? How do you talk to your daughter? How do you parent? How do you say don't do that? How do you say yes? How do you still give discipline after the mother's done that? Does anybody care, bro? Does anybody really care, bro? It's okay to make fun of Will Smith. It's okay to make fun of Will Smith. Does anybody care about his ability to parent his children? How about his ability to lead his own life? What we saw is Will Smith has lost the ability to be the master of his own destiny. Will Smith wasn't in control. Will Smith wasn't driving the car. He wasn't driving the car. You know how you have this experience out of body? He wasn't driving the car.
and Sanaya and Demi and Ingenue and the entire cast and crew of King Richard and Venus and Serena, the entire Williams family. Art imitates life. I look like the crazy father, just like they said. I look like crazy father, just like they said about Richard Williams. But love will make you do crazy things.
They don't love each other. Does that look like a woman who's in love? Does that man look like he is in control of his faculties or his emotions? Hello, people. My name is Perfect Timing. This is the Perfect Timing Podcast. I'm simulcasting live on 3 channels right now. Perfect Timing Podcast live on Facebook, live under Patrick Potter. This look like the face of a woman who is in deep love and admiration. Does Will Smith look like a man who is in complete control of his faculties and emotion? If you are not in complete control of your faculties and emotion, how can you effectively show and give love? Just a question. Just a question. So don't tell me this is about love, Will Smith. Don't tell me this is about love, Jada. Did you love Chris Rock? So the physical violence came out of love, right? You were completely balanced and calm. You were completely measured when you did that on national television on a stage where he was hired to host and be a comedian and ingest. This is about love. Loving who? Are you in love with yourself? How do you feel about you? It doesn't look like right now you really love you, Will Smith. What love is there on this stage, you guys? Does anybody see love? I don't see love. I don't see Will Smith loving Will Smith. I don't see Will Smith loving Jada Pinkett. I don't see Will Smith loving Chris Rock. Black men, black relationships. Black love is on trial. The relationship of black men and black men is on trial. Will Smith is the face of toxic masculinity. We haven't heard toxic masculinity in the lexicon for over 6 months. Now, toxic masculinity is being discussed again. And who is the face? A black father. Not just a black man, but a black father, husband, worth over $100 million. And you're going to equate him to toxically masculine? How the fuck can Will Smith be toxically masculine? What's good about this? Somebody tell me what's good about this. There's nothing good about this. There's nothing good about this. There is a stigma. I call it the King Kong Fu. That in prosecution, we are seen guilty instead of innocent. And they are seen us as inherently violent, overtly sexual. How does this help us? Let me show you guys something. I want you guys to let me show you guys something. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. Let me show you something. I want to show you guys something. Just so you know how the interpretation, what the interpretation is going to be.
Things later, so I don't really have much to say about it.
It's painful. It's painful to see people in pain doing, but this is Hollywood.
I believe whatever he felt that he did, he had the right to do. I also felt there were 3 losers in one fight.
It was a very intense moment, and gives a new meaning to the term punchline.
I don't think there's any reason to jump on stage and punch somebody. Violence is, just go, hey, this is not cool.
I know Will very well, and I love him. I think he's a great man. And if anybody insulted my wife, I'd be pretty angry too.
There's one big elephant that was in that room.
There's no excuse. There's no excuse. Did you hear the way she said that? So arrogant and cavalier. I said that last night too, Raw. I said that last night. They already don't want to work with us. They already don't want to work with Will Smith. They already don't want to give Will Smith $20 million for a movie, so Will Smith has to make his own movies in order to get that $70 million. They already don't want to give Will Smith Batman, Superman, so Will Smith made his own superhero character. And now you hear the way she cavalierly, there's no excuse for getting on stage and being violent. Ha, ha. She didn't even think about that was Will Smith. How is this going to be discussed in boardrooms, huh? On the Paramount movie lot when black men show up to go work today. You think the security guard going to be patting black men down? This has downstream ramifications for black men in Hollywood. There's no excuse ever to be violent. There's no excuse ever to do that on stage. So this is a live reaction show. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. Ricky Hood said, what's good about it is men defending women. Ricky Hood is trolling. Thank you, Ricky Hood. In this situation, if you didn't hear my intro, the theme of the show is Captain Save-A-Ho. Look up in the sky, it's a bird, it's a plane. What's that fool name? Captain Save-A-Ho, man. No, put on cape and start the Captain motherfucking Save-A-Ho came to me, flashing like a little batch all in front of my company. Had to check us out with the ear punk, talk about punk. You gonna retrospect something here? Is a scissor, should I save her? I wanna be saved. No, Ricky Hood. No, Ricky Hood. No. So this is a live reaction show. Shout out to Gold Professor. Shout out to Ricky Hood. Shout out to Cam Rob. Shout out to everybody in the chat. APTV. What's up? Wow. APTV, man. Thank you for coming through. Too Raw TV, man. Shout out to my brother, my king in the building, man. I seen She We Here in the building, man. Shout out to She We Here, man. Yeah, man. We're going to go. It's a live reaction show. So let's do some reactions, man. Let's see how everybody else felt. You know, because right now, we on the perfect perspective, man. This is the perfect perspective, and you know what I say? I say I'm perfect, I'm not right. So you know what I'm saying? It's the perfect perspective. So let's see how everybody else felt about the situation. You know, I say this Mental Health Mondays. I see a man who's in dire need of counseling, who needs some love, who could benefit from a brotherhood, who needs a conversation outside of the conversation he's been having with his wife. He needs a male role model, mentor, support system. I see some real mental health issues here. Let's see what other people feel. It's a live reaction show. My name is Perfect Timing. We're going to react to the video,
Shit happens sometimes. My nigga Chris Rock got a chin though. I know ain't nobody even not thinking what I'm thinking. He got a chin. Yeah. That's all love.
Hey man, that slap was many years in the making right there. Who's got something to say? Will Smith, we got you, bro, for life. We got you. Shit was crazy.
Hey, Tyrese want to slap. Tyrese, man, y'all. Tyrese, man. And because you know what? Remember Tyrese was crying. What more do you want from me? Hey, Tyrese want to slap. I didn't even trip. Tyrese want to slap somebody. He hit that hookah hella hard. Tyrese hit that hookah hella hard. Tyrese said, hey, that slap was years in the making. I've been wanting to slap somebody, Tyrese. Hey, stop picking on these men. Stop picking on these men. Tyrese gonna hurt somebody. Please, Tyrese, don't hurt him. Can you hear me? Please, Tyrese, don't hurt him. Can you hear me? Oh my God, Tyrese mad.
We got you. Shit was crazy. Got something to say.
He got a chin. Yeah. That's all love.
Hey man, that slap was many years in the making right there. Who's got something to say? Will Smith, we got you, bro, for life. We got you. Shit was crazy. Gotta respect that man. Protective alpha male. Nicest man in the world. Can only take so much. Keep poking, keep coming at me, keep coming at my wife, coming at my family. It's coming. Gotta respect it. Gotta respect it.
Will Smith did tonight was straight.
I told you, Tyrese. I told you, Tyrese. He said, keep coming at me. Keep coming. I told you, Tyrese. Hey, Tyrese. Hey, Tyrese about to slap somebody. Tyrese on your ass. Oh, my God. Tyrese on somebody ass. Oh, let's see Stephen A. Look at this nigga face. Look at this nigga face. Look at this nigga face. This nigga look like the black Goofy. This nigga look like Goofy stepfather. This nigga look like an escaped member of the Chipmunk Asylum. This nigga look like Alvin Simon and Theodore had a sextuplet. This nigga look like a reject from the WB Animaniacs. Look at this nigga lip nose. You better not never suck that lip nose like that again. Look at this lost little leprechaun lip nose Animaniac reject simplified sympedelic super saber. Come on now, Steve.
Bullshit. Props and congratulations to him for winning the Oscar, because damn it, he deserved it. And I love the brother and I'm proud of him, but boy, was that a shameful act for him to commit tonight. To go up on stage and slap Chris Rock like that, he's lucky he didn't get his ass kicked, particularly after the event was over. If not by Chris Rock, to the fellas he had there with him. I mean, damn. Denzel and Bradley Cooper and Tyler Perry having to calm you down. Your publicist having to run out and calm you down. I mean, damn. Come on, bro. Come on, man. There's no excuse for it, ladies and gentlemen. Don't even try to justify it, okay? Chris Rock said it years ago. Every time black folks doing something, you know who messes it up. I never dreamed in my wildest dreams I'd be saying that about Will Smith. A black man, Will Packer, did a phenomenal job producing the Oscars, and you do this to stain yourself, to stain the Academy Award?
Okay, y'all. Okay, it's time for Eagle Readers, head of the class right now. I think this is Tiffany Haddish. When I saw a black man stand up for his wife, that meant so much to me. Haddish told People magazine after the Oscars, as a woman who has been unprotected, for someone to say, like, keep my wife's name out of your mouth, leave my wife alone. That's what your husband is supposed to do, right? Protect you. And that meant the world to me. And maybe the world might not like how it went down, but for me, it was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen, because it made me believe there are still men out there that love and care about their women and wives. Let's stop right there, everybody. Let's stop right there. Come on now, all my beautiful people in the chat. Now we get into the Mental Health Mondays. Now we can unpack this goofy shit, because this is a goofy bitch right here in Hollywood with some power. Let's get at it, because this is what this is all about. The love language of the Negro. Now, she contradicted herself in this statement. She said she has been unprotected. She was in a violent relationship with a man whose love language was violence, and that was wrong. Right, Tiffany Haddish? It's wrong to express your love and emotions in a violent manner in a relationship with someone you love and trust. Right, Tiffany Haddish? But in the same token, black women like Tiffany Haddish, who are claiming to be unprotected, are justifying this violent behavior. How is it okay to be violent and showing love toward a man, but not okay to be violent and showing love towards you as a woman? So I can love you, I can love my brother physically and violently via love, right? But I can't love you. My love language towards you can't be violence. No, that's domestic violence, right? That's criminal. If my love language towards you, because I saw my mama and daddy fight, I saw my daddy slap my mama, and then I slap you, I love you, right? What Kevin Gates said, I thought you're supposed to beat your woman as your woman, right? That's what Tiffany Haddish said. Tiffany Haddish said that was wrong. A lot of black women said, black man, you're wrong for expressing your love language physically, right? But in the same sentence, she says, I felt protected when Will Smith acted out violently in an effort to show love for his wife. Mental Health Mondays, perfect timing podcast with the thumbnail. Let me hit my motherfucking coffin nail. I'm good, man. I'm good at this, man. I'm good at this, man. This is Mental Health Mondays. Please, somebody unpack that for me. Did you guys catch that? It's okay to be violent against black men in the effort of showing love and protect and respect for his wife. But when Tiffany Haddish had a man deal with her violently, it wasn't okay. He loves you, Tiffany Haddish. Most men who commit domestic violence against their wives are in love with their wives, but they are broken mentally and unable to communicate without physical violence. And that's not okay. So I would not see this and show this to my son and tell my son that it's ever okay to act out emotionally as a man and violently. You ain't Will Smith. You ain't worth $100 million. Do not act out emotionally with violence as a man, as a father, as a husband. Perfect timing podcast on your bitch ass. Let's see what the chat got to say. Ricky Hood said he's an actor. What else he said? That going back and forth in the chat. Because speech, remorse, pain, regret, gonna just put his career right. Like, share the line. Thank y'all so much. Thank you, Erica. Thank you so much for the support. Let's go back in. Let's go back in. Let's see some more reactions. Let's see some more reactions, you guys. It's a lot of people got some stuff to say. Do you see this ignorance? Do you see this Meg Thee Stallion hot girl summer ignorance? I don't know. If I'm a black woman, I'm offended by Tiffany Haddish statements because Tiffany Haddish, check this out, you guys. I remember my grandmother, my mother, rest in peace. Tiffany Haddish is not a married woman or a mother. Tiffany Haddish has not been able to manage a successful marriage. I remember my women like my mother and my grandmother not letting women like this speak for them. Tiffany Haddish is not a wife. Tiffany Haddish hasn't gone through 7 years of marriage, 15 years of marriage, raising kids and knowing how hard it is to be married to a man, right? Tiffany Haddish is making this statement as a single woman. She's tried to be married though, y'all. She got divorced. Tiffany Haddish hasn't been successful in relationships in life. She hasn't been successful as a parent. I remember women not allowing women like this speaking for them, right? Right? And what is she saying at the end of the day? She's saying, I told Jada to do a sexual, grotesque act. This Meg Thee Stallion hot girl summer behavior is not what's going to get us to family, estate planning, and generational wealth. You cannot take advice from someone who is unable to keep a husband. In her eyes, she saw what Will Smith did as acceptable. Well, I bet you the Academy does it. Stephen A. Smith said Will Cox, a black director, for the first time directed the Oscars. A black man. This was a black event. I remember hearing about the Oscars on Saturday. Did you guys? I remember hearing about the Oscars being a more black event this year. Do y'all remember the Oscars so white where there were not blacks nominated? This year, there were blacks in the front row. Huh? There were black people in the front row. And then a black man won the best actor. The black movie won the best movie. A black man hosted the do you guys remember Oscars not? You know, this job, you know, I love my job. I do. I love my job. But sometimes I be wondering about black people. I do. Because I be on panels and people be trying to sound smarter than me. And it's so obvious that God chose me to do this for a reason. You know, I had to clown somebody earlier on the Pastor $40 panel. Do you guys remember Oscars Not So Black? You remember the Oscars being boycotted when nobody black was nominated. You guys remember that? This is in response to that. This was a black event. This was a black event. And this is what happens. Pastor $40. This was a black event. We have a black man winning the Oscar, a black movie nominated for the black movie, a black man hosting, a black couple in the front row, a black man and a black woman. How many black couples are there in Hollywood? How many black men are married to black women in Hollywood? You don't typically see it, right? But here tonight we saw black love on display. Black woman, black man, black host, and this is what happens. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. It's not a good look. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. I want to say thank you. I'm going to say a prayer. As I read this, God just moved me. You know I like to pray. I'm going to do my prayer. And in my prayer, before I pray, I want to say thank you, guys. I'm moved to pray right now because I always wanted to be a rapper. I always wanted to be rich. And as I do this story, as I read Nicki Minaj, as I hear Tyrese, I'm making a joke, right? Because I'm a podcaster, right? But I'm a husband. If you listen to my passion, it's coming from a real place. So I'm going to pray right now, and I'm going to pray because I'm going to pray for Nicki Minaj. I'm going to pray for Tyrese. Who prays for these people? And we're going to pray for Will Smith. And we even going to pray for Jada, even though I'm not a fan of Jada. But when I read this, I said Nicki Minaj needs prayer. We all laughed when Nicki Minaj went to talk to Kevin Samuels. I said Nicki Minaj is talking to Kevin Samuels because she needs a mentor. She wants to stay married. She wants her husband not to get killed in the streets. Nicki Minaj is going through some growing pains. Nicki Minaj is dealing with some mental health issues. Who's praying for Nicki Minaj? When I read this, it's the same thing like with Tyrese. I'm sorry for laughing at you, Tyrese, because I was trying to make a joke that Tyrese was personalizing this situation, and he is. Nicki Minaj is also personalizing this situation. Why are they personalizing this situation, y'all? Why is it so personal to Nicki Minaj, y'all? We just been laughing. Who been consoling Nicki Minaj as she been going through what she been going through? Gaining weight, having babies, dealing with marriage for the first time. Remember Beyonce put out a whole album? Remember Beyonce did that whole documentary dealing with the when she lost the baby and dealing with the cheating? Did y'all who in the chat, put a one in the chat if you saw that Beyonce documentary? Dealing with a mother and a wife's mental health struggle. Did anybody watch that Beyonce documentary? You know how hard it is to be a wife? You know how hard it is to be a mother and then have a high-profile job? Nicki Minaj is dealing with all those things. I don't see no ones in the chat. Nobody in the chat seen that Beyonce documentary? Y'all put some ones in the motherfucking chat. Your fingers ain't broke. Let's say this prayer. G.O.D., thank you so much for giving us this opportunity once again to come before you and illuminate your word and your teachings. Father God, I thank you for divinely inspiring the message today. Even without prayer, you are always on my mind. You find a way into my heart. I open up my heart and mind to you, Father, so you always have access at any time. I pray that you are always with me. I know you promised you would be with me. I want to say thank you. I pray a covering over all the individuals that we are reacting to today, celebrity or normal, rich or poor. I pray a covering of love and spirituality and support, confidence and bravery. I pray a covering over everyone in the chat, all of my drivers and Highway 9-to-5ers. I pray safe passage for you of all your endeavors with success. Father God, I was moved to pray because in this Mental Health Monday, I see on all levels, Father, we think sometimes when people have so much that they don't have problems, that they don't go through mental health, they don't go through stress and depression and anxiety. But with this story, I see that everybody is the same, more than not. We're more the same than we're more different. And thank you for that, Father. Thank you for letting us know that we are all loved the same, that we all feel pain the same, and that we all have the promise of your blessing. I pray a covering for those who feel pain and personal strife from this issue, where this issue is touching home. I mean no harm to anyone who may feel personally about this subject. I do not take it lightly. And I thank you for the opportunity to have this platform. We ask all these blessings in your name. Amen, amen, amen. So let's get back to it. Shout out to my brother Knowledge, man. Shout out to my brother Knowledge is Key. Y'all go subscribe and go watch Knowledge is Key. Father, husband, entrepreneur, MC, you know what I'm saying? Savant, Genius, that's my brother right there. Knowledge is key in the building. Thank you for coming through, Knowledge. Thank you for the support. Hey, I stopped it right here because this is Knowledge comment right here. Hey, you're not alone, bro. You're not alone, brother. You're not alone. But this is the thing. Knowledge is key. Knowledge is key. Facts. Knowledge is key. What's the mathematics, God? Look, this is the thing about this. It doesn't matter if it was real or fake. It doesn't matter. In this propaganda, metaverse, virtual world we're living in, none of this shit is real. It still has an impact. It doesn't matter if it's real or fake. Mental health issues with fathers is real. Suicide issues 4 times more than women is real. Young black boys, illiterate, dropping out of school, mental health issues is real. So whether or not the slap was real, how we can unpack this and benefit and get real growth from this is real. And that's what we're doing on Mental Health Mondays. Ricky Hood in the building. Hey, Ricky Hood, we not up for none of that bullshit.
I'm not giving no bullshit. I believe right then and there that he had a mental health break.
He did. He did.
He had a mental health break, but then this though, it was a spur of the moment. Because when it started off, he was going to play the game and laugh it off.
Yep.
Until he looked at his wife and she wasn't feeling it.
She incited the violence. That's what makes it a Captain Save-A-Hole moment. It's not a Captain Save-A-Hole moment if he reacts naturally to the offense, right? He jumps up spontaneously and reacts, right? That's not a Captain Save-A-Hole moment, right? The Captain Save-A-Hole moment is when the woman has to incite you to violence, and a wife should never do that. She could have expressed her disdain without inciting him to violence. That lowers her frequency and then lowered Will Smith's frequency. Because like you said, he was going to play the game because he is a king. I don't have to lower myself to the level of that not funny joke, but Jada frequency was off, right?
But Jada is his wife. I'm not gonna say that she incited it. I think Jada woke him up to realize that it was not acceptable.
But
whether or not it was acceptable for him to get on that stage in national television and smack the taste out of his mouth, I don't think that's acceptable.
Right.
But I do understand the emotion behind it, though.
So the wife would know that. My partner knows me. My partner would not say something like that at that given time, knowing my mental state. She knew the reaction.
I don't think she said anything. It was a look in her face.
She gave him props when the acceptance speech was after the slap, and she gave him props for his actions. She rewarded him for his actions. Later that night, she did. This is not a good, that's not becoming of a lady, of a queen, of a wife. Beyonce did the opposite. Beyonce did the opposite in that elevator, and she addressed that.
I did not see. I don't know nothing about Beyonce in the documentary you're talking about. So you educated me on this.
Yeah, but now I'm talking about the elevator incident. When Beyonce made the song, it said there was $1 billion in that elevator. When everybody wanted Beyonce to either beat up Solange or wanted Jay-Z to beat up Solange, and Beyonce responded by saying, "It's $1 billion in this elevator. That's not the way we conduct ourselves." Solange was out of pocket. My husband responded correctly. I responded correctly. We are billionaires. And there's this Negro experience that's getting separated between Negro and blacks, and Negroes are telling black people how to respond. Beyonce got to tell everybody shut up. Everybody shut up. I am a billionaire. Jay-Z is a billionaire. There's no way in no right mind that Jay-Z should have hit my sister. There's no way. We're not at a club. I'm not drunk off of Hennessy. We're not getting into a fight in the elevator. Sorry, niggas. Sorry, niggas. Sorry. Jada Smith did not possess that quality. And it's Will Smith's fault. I give you that, Ricky Hood. It's Will Smith's fault. It's not Jada's fault. Oh, it's the man's fault. Will Smith should have got the fuck to the chopper. Will Smith should have got to the chopper a long time ago. And
Will Smith should have done what his first instinct was just to laugh it off and move on.
He should have left. He should have left.
But he saw his wife, and she was not feeling it, and that was it.
That was it.
That was it. He felt like he had to do something in order to get respect back for her, because that G.I. Jane joke about her bald head in front of all those thousands of people, I ain't gonna lie, I smack his fucking face too. That's not acceptable.
Well, I honestly thought it was a mild joke. And what I said last night when we first did the story is that right now, G.I. Jane 2 is trending. And outside of the Negro space, outside of the Negro sphere, whoever owns the right to G.I. Jane is now in negotiations to make part 2. And if he would have shined it on, that no good scallywag, bald head, good for nothing possibly could have got a brand new movie deal, because Will Smith is in a position to buy G.I. Jane and possibly put his wife in the sequel. It could have set her up for another movie. Instead, she handled it like a Negro. She should have handled it like a queen.
I really don't know why you land most of that blame on her. She was just reacting to something that she wasn't expecting to happen.
No, this is the thing.
She did not expect to come to that theater and have a joke told on her among millions of people worldwide.
No, you can't say that. You are more learned than that. This is a roast. The Oscars there's a reason why a comedian is a host. You see,
she didn't come there as a came there as a guest, not as
no. You are wool. You are lambs to the slaughter. Everyone gets roasted at the Oscars. That's why they pick a comedian. It's not new. It's not only this only happens with Negroes. We only ones that get emotional. This happens every year. You get roasted. Donald Trump never got up and slapped nobody. Donald Trump had some heinous things said about him and his wife in Playboy and being a prostitute. Donald Trump handled it like a king.
Donald Trump led a damn insurrection at the damn Capitol. So no, I'm not playing that.
Donald Trump didn't get his hands dirty, is what I'm saying.
I know, but he did it underhanded. He let other people do his dirt.
That's what you're supposed to do when you're worth $1 billion. Will Smith was not supposed to put hands on another person at his level. People might not know how much money Will Smith is worth. Will Smith worth over $100 million. He's $1 billion brand. He has some of the biggest movies in history ever. Independence Day, and then he got out of the top 3 movies, 2 of the movies are Will Smith movies. Men in Black, Independence Day, biggest movies ever.
Will Smith is so big right now, that smack does not affect his career. Because like you said, if they want to start, so he can create his own fucking movies. So he's good enough. He's established enough now that he doesn't really need the how can you say, the industry to keep him going.
So walk with me, Ricky Hood. This is my issue with Mental Health Mondays today. A lot of people don't like Kevin Samuels, but Kevin Samuels has done great things for men and fathers, because toxic masculinity was on the rise in the discussion lexicon before Kevin Samuels. But Kevin Samuels presenting this new argument and showing women in a different light, you don't hear toxic masculinity anymore. But now, guess what's trending again? For the first time back in the lexicon in over 6 months, toxic masculinity. And who's the face of toxic masculinity? A black man. But wait, not just a black man, a father, a husband worth $100 million is now being equated to toxic masculinity. There is downstream. That's why I say it doesn't matter if the slap was real. They get to talk about toxic masculinity again. They get to push policy. This is me and you understand this shit on a deeper level. I'm not talking. I don't give a fuck about Will Smith and Jada. The motherfuckers who have our best interests not at heart will use this to get their policy argued again. right?
But toxic masculinity, Will Smith was not showing toxic masculinity from
I
my
agree.
perspective.
I agree. But if you check NPR, if
Hold
you
up.
check CNN, everybody has brought it back. I was surprised, Ricky Hood, when I did my research. I saw toxic masculinity trending with Will Smith. I'm pissed off, Ricky Hood. I'm like, wait a minute. How the fuck did they slip this in? Yes, go look on Twitter. They are fucking back at this shit again, and they use Will, so it doesn't matter if the slap is real.
Man, hold on. Will Smith was toxic masculinity.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
He was. Yeah, he was, yo. He was. He out here slapping women over. He out here
Brother, can you take him down? Can you take him down?
he out here toxic. Yeah, he was. He out here slapping other men over women he known have been bald headed all their life. Then you got generational bald headedness. Her mama bald headed, she bald headed, her daughter bald headed. You know what I'm saying? A lot of these women bald headed and they feel some type of way about being bald headed. You know what I'm saying? Xena, the Princess Warrior, she shaved her head bald. G.I. Jane, she shaved her head bald. You know what I'm saying? Women against the Bible, and these evil women come here with these shaved bald heads because a lot of their beauty and fertility is in their hair. So they are shaving their hair against God and they're going to hell. They're going to hell.
All because he got short hair, but then so Jada's not shaving her hair. Her hair naturally is falling out because of her alopecia.
She lying. Jada can get a damn Jada can grow some damn hair. She's grown some hair before. And I mean, matter of fact, we ain't talking about the fact that she bald headed. You see, the bald headedness is just a precursor to the behavior of the bald headed, bewitched women. She was cursed by Satan. The Satan is her daddy.
Oh my Jesus Christ! We are talking to Texas, aren't we?
Alopecia. Alopecia. We're not going to talk about.
That's almost like leprosy in the Bible. She from Satan.
And then, Chris Rock and the good hair, we could go there. But on Mental Health Mondays, I just want to, okay. You good, Ricky?
Yeah, I had to switch up.
Okay. On Mental Health Mondays, I just wanted to in the beginning, we could go light and go get into the jokes, but I wanted to show the acceptance speech and really unpack the fact that Will Smith is not okay. Kanye West is not okay. $1 billion, $100 million, and still a relationship with a narcissistic terrorist can cause this type of reaction. So we got to be vigilant to be able to spot whether or not when we're in relationships with narcissistic terrorists. And yes, men get trapped in relationship with narcissists, and it can have detrimental effects on those men's and those children's and those families' lives. We don't talk about it enough. But Jada has been narcissistic in a lot of her ways, getting that bald head, wearing that bandana, saying what she said about Tupac. A lot of those things could have been done privately. So when I say go ahead, bro. I'm not saying narcissistic lightly. Not at all.
I don't know why y'all really going after her hair or lack of it, because she has no control over an illness. Yeah, I agree if she wants to, she can go slap on a wig and walk around and nobody ever would know that she's got alopecia. But she decided that she didn't want to do that.
She using Satan and she using alopecia as a excuse. She has grown a little bit of hair before in her life. She is hiding behind, like people hide behind mental illness, and I agree, mental illness is real. But what happens when people hide behind it? She hiding behind the mental illness of shaved head women. And shaved head women have been a biblical issue since the beginning of time. These women shave their heads and they sign on with Satan, and then they create war. And
Well,
the
you know, for
men's money.
you know for yourself, I'm not.
Pastor sound like you
I'm not
snoring. Pastor,
biblical at
hold
all,
on, Ricky.
so-
Hold on, Ricky. Pastor, you been hanging out with Triple. Pastor sound like he been hanging out with Triple Black while he was gone. What you been doing, Pastor? Sound like you been hanging out with Triple, man, getting that bad inspiration, man.
Because we coming up with some pastor. You're more like pastor type of theology now.
He said they start. Whoa, check this out, y'all. This is an article I brought up for just to bolster the point. Men's mental health, a silent crisis. And then we know about this a lot. We talk about this a lot in the manosphere about researchers saying that this is based on robust evidence that men have high rates of various mental health issues. These include elevated rates of the S word and substance abuse, as well as low rates of mental health service use. See, that's what I saw with Will Smith. Like, where are the services? Like, even in this space, I don't believe we support each other enough in these areas. Sadly, male gender often intersects with other variables to produce even higher rates in some groups. So that's like men make up over 75% of the S victims in the United States. I mean, how come we don't have a ribbon? Or why do the football players wear pink? Why aren't they wearing the color? No, for real, that's not a joke. Why do the football players wear pink? Why aren't they wearing a ribbon to represent this? Why don't we love ourselves? I said this earlier. Y'all know I practice and preach self-love. Why don't the football players in the colon cancer, the same thing with the colon cancer, where are the football players? Where's the month for this?
Because
go ahead, bro.
Because all the football players have hair and all their fans don't. If you look at it, all the football players got dreads, all the brothers got dreads, all the white boys got long curly.
I agree. That's bullshit too.
No, I'm holding on to this shit. The white boys got long hair and the brothers got dreads and the women have cut their damn hair off, bro. It's been a whole switcheroo, bro. You know what I'm saying? These bald-headed ass, these long-haired men and these bald-headed women. It all started with Troy Polamalu with the with the Steelers. He had the long hair and the bald-headed women. This is what happened, man. The bald-headedness is here.
Preach.
Go ahead.
Preach.
Yeah, and then there's been a big switcheroo, right? So the men
and cats are going to be making out with dogs too. Yeah, go ahead.
You don't be surprised. Don't be surprised.
Oh my God!
One of the best NBA players one of the best NBA players is just as free as he can be. We got Ja Morant. Ja Morant, this is as free as he can be, but he one of the best NBA players right now. So don't be surprised when you see some of the best athletes do in the future. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna go ahead and say it. He got dreads and long hair, got dyed hair, and I'm not talking against brothers and hair, but what they have done, they done a switcheroo. They took Samson and made Samson and his hair weak. They're taking men. You know what I'm saying? I remember brothers with dreads saying they dreads were their strength and that journey that they've been on. I seen white boys grow their hair out to go through a journey and grow out a beard. So you see all these brothers with beards and stuff like that. They taking all that viewership or that thought of masculinity and turning it feminine. They're saying y'all some bitch ass niggas with a bunch of hair, and the women have went bald headed. So the men have grown hair, head and shoulder ass men, and then the women have went bald headed. It's been a switcheroo.
Yeah, that shit made you sneeze, didn't it?
Yeah, I'm out here tripping now, but I'm trying to tell you, the men got long hair, the women got short hair, and that's just is what it is right now.
Yeah, and now it's time for Jesus to come back on a white horse because men got long hair and women got bald.
Check this out. On this last paragraph on this article, we're gonna go to something else. I want to highlight this on Mental Health Monday. So two things I wanted to bring out today. What happened today, even though we're gonna have fun, what happened last night was not was not something positive. It's not something to be condoned. It's not something to be congratulated. It's not something to be emulated, right? What happened last night is we saw somebody with a mental health problem. Right here in this last paragraph, when it talks about men's mental health, I want to highlight it because it's a reality that we face as Black men and Black fathers, that the mental health utilization, we are the least likely to seek help. And that was evident last night. We are the least likely to seek help. Tyrese, I laughed at Tyrese, but Tyrese looked like he's ready to slap somebody. Tyrese personalized it. He started talking about Will Smith, but then he started talking about himself. Nicki Minaj personalized it. Y'all remember Remy Ma shot that girl? Remy Ma was dealing with some mental health issues. Remy Ma changed her whole perspective about violence in life. She admitted, if you ever listen to her documentary and where she was mentally when she did that, when she shot another Black woman, she's ashamed of that. She's ashamed of that. We are the less likely to reach out for help. And one of the things I talked about last Monday is the first thing we got to do is start owning up to that we have this problem, recognizing that it's serious, and doing this, what we do, and Pastor did Mental Health Mondays, talking about it. Start talking about it, addressing it, and addressing it as something that is serious and something that needs to be fixed. And holding up these people who say that this behavior is okay, pushing back on people who say this physical violence is okay in one area, but not okay in another. If it's not okay to slap you if you're my woman, then it's not okay to slap my brother simply because he's a man. It's not okay. And what you need to understand is that young men and the chemicals that are necessary to react one way, you can't turn that off. So if you tell me to turn on my switch, right, to be a man and to go beat up this man, then when you disrespect me at home, you think the switch goes off? No, baby girl. So be careful what you're asking for in these comments, young ladies. So I'm gonna pass it back to the panel, and I'm gonna bring up another.
But I was gonna say that a lot of people, and especially in the Black community, they don't seek mental health. They have the same problem as alcoholics. You know, an alcoholic got to die of cirrhosis of the liver before they realize that they got a problem. And I think a lot of people in our community, Black community, they don't look at mental health until the shit don't put them in prison for something that they should have been treated for, just through talking or medication.
Sad but true. Sad. How many fathers have me and Pastor showed, and we showed mothers committing horrible acts of violence? Remember the mother that Pastor showed? Remember the father that I showed? This father was at a supervised visit at a church here in Sacramento, and everybody died. At a supervised visit at a church with his daughters, everybody gone. And it's happening every week now. Yeah, Ricky Hood is correct. We laugh at this stuff. We're not addressing it. But see, it's real downstream effects. It's real violence. There's real consequences now that we got to pay for not addressing these mental health issues.
Yeah, because it comes back to bite you in the ass.
And that's what it's doing.
Because what Reagan, he shut down the mental health facilities back in the 80s and drove all the mental illness into the law enforcement, into the prison system.
No,
and then they go in crazy and they come out crazy. There's no mental health issues being done in prison, because I worked in prison. There's nothing there.
I don't think you can house mental illness like you cannot house mental illness in prison. I am fundamentally behind people using mental illness as a front job. I believe that because we're not mentally ill, our mental is sound.
You got to explain what you mean by that.
I don't believe anyone is mentally ill.
Oh God. Okay.
I don't believe no person is mentally ill. I believe people are circumstantially deprived of life. So I believe that if enough circumstances, if you look at even like thing like schizophrenia. They set on later on in life. So that means you've been through enough things in life that make you trigger. That's just why being triggered over the internet is such a big thing. I don't actually believe in mental health. I believe in people treating societal pressures or societal issues. Like if you look at a child that has ADHD, they don't actually have ADHD, they're just hyperactive and they want to engage more. So that child is not having a mental health issue. That's just why Kanye said my mental health issue is a superpower. Y'all consider it something bad because you want to control it in societal parameters. But I don't believe in mental health being controlled in societal parameters. And if you think about it, society doesn't believe in it either, because no matter how crazy Jada is, cut her hair off, grow her hair, set it off, create drama, have men fighting, sleeping with young boys, doing drugs with young boys. No matter what she does, even that woman that was a nurse that committed complete homicide, that they are trying to even question if she even committed a homicide, and just saying that was just a fruit of the labor, something that she just happened on her job. What's happening is we are dismissing people's real behavior and hiding behind either mental health or title. And we have to let these titles and mental health, which is a title, go, because people are hiding behind this shit. That's what I believe. That's what I believe.
Okay,
I
I just got to add Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer. The cannibal, right? You believe that he was sane when he was eating those boys and cutting them up, having sex with them, and then cutting them up and storing them in freezers?
Yes, I do.
And he was snacking on them.
Yes, because because we accept cannibalism when it comes to it. We accept cannibalism and we make movies about it when it's a survival state, but we sit here and call it crazy when it's just a state of nature. And when a person just does it now, some people argue that people should not even shouldn't eat meat, and some people argue that we should be complete vegetarians. So the fact that people have figured out to eat meat and have a thirst for blood, like they have a thirst for war, has become normal. It has become a part of society. So no, I don't think these people are crazy. I think these are deliberate actions. That's just why he cut them up. In order to cut some up, that's a deliberate action. That's not an insane action. That's a deliberate
How about down in Texas, these people are waiting for JFK and his son to come and run for president? You believe that they're legitimately waiting for these people to come back for real?
Well, I think for that's what Dave Chappelle was saying, and that's what Dave Chappelle was saying. That's what Will Smith is saying. That's what Jada Pickett is saying. That's what Chris Rock is saying, and that's what this whole Mental Health Monday is all about.
That JFK is coming back and his son too.
No, my brother. You want to call it crazy. I want to call it life.
Well, I want to go to the next video. You guys make some good points, but and to that last point, people have said people who waited for Jesus to come back are crazy, right? So it's onion.
It's
right?
a difference. We don't know. It's a difference. Jesus had an empty tomb. These people, we can visit their corpses.
But I mean, if you believe in certain religions, then they might be alive in some aspect. So, people have some beliefs in religion that people consider to be, crazy. There are some beliefs in, morals and things like that are questionable. So I think Pastor, I like the pushback. Pastor's a very intelligent young man, so I know he's speaking from his own research. So I like the pushback on a different idea, on these things, because there's a certain sexuality that was once deemed as insane that was declassified. And Brother Umar Johnson talks about that a lot. So at one point in time, this certain sexuality was seen as being insane, right? And now it's not. It's seen as being perfectly sane. So that kind of speaks to what Pastor is talking about, right? But that's not saying that I agree with him, but I do respect his opinion. But I think people should actually listen. And like Pastor can be comical at some times, but think about what I'm saying about some people have said people who believe in Jesus that are coming back are crazy. And there's at one time, there's a book of all the diagnoses of mental health. And at one time, certain sexualities were diagnosed as being mentally ill. They've been removed from that book. They now have been seen as sane, and now policy supports that, but policy used to not support that, i.e. Biden and Obama. I remember when Biden and Obama were staunchly against certain lifestyles, and then they moved a little bit, then they became the champions. I was like, these motherfuckers was never the champions, but people have a short memory span, you know what I'm saying? But I remember how Barack Obama and Biden matured on that subject, being from the
really, if you remember, Biden is the one that bent Obama's arm on it, because Biden, he had no problem with it.
He tipped the scale. Biden made a faux pas in the interview, like he always does, and Obama had to have a press conference the next day.
Can I say?
No. We going to the video. We going to the video. Real quick, bro. Your salacious ass. What you want to say, brother? Go ahead. Burn it down, Pastor. Hold on, wait a minute. Go ahead, burn it down.
Go
ahead.
Look,
and now he doesn't want to talk.
No. Look. What Britney Spears did was not a mental breakdown. It was a rebellion. She was rebelling against. She was rebelling against. Oh, my bad.
You got echo, T-Raw. What's up? That's my brother, T-Raw, 3 Kings in the building.
So that was not a mental breakdown. That was a rebellion. That's the same thing that Megan Thee Stallion did on that 360 deal. That was a rebellion. That was a rebellion against her management. That was not a mental breakdown. That was a rebellion. Y'all are giving these people pass on their rebellious nature, and cutting their hair is a sign of rebellion. Is an act of war.
Heathenness. Go ahead, Pastor. He said she's a woman in rebellion. Woo! Rebellion against what? Rebellion. Tell him, Pastor. Tell him about. Get the pizza.
For the world to come to an end.
It's a rebellion, and they're against anything, any structure that man has given them and continues to get them. Now that Megan Thee Stallion stepped up out of that 360 deal that she was supposedly in, they come to find out she wasn't even selling any records, all that shit she was doing. Now that Britney Spears stepped out of that record deal that she was in, her ass had made a hit song ever since. So when they rebel against the structure, or they bite the hand that feeds them, you damn right. Damn right. I went bullshit today.
But how about her breakdown, her rebellion from years ago?
I can tell y'all something that I just found out today. I had to do my research, bro. I did my research, dog. I did my research. Hey, look, it wasn't even about the G.I. Jane joke. That shit wasn't even about the hair. The G.I. Jane joke, hey, if everybody saw the movie G.I. Jane, right? She cheated on her husband with a younger dude too.
She did.
And look, and Chris Rock said, "Oh, we waiting on part 2."
So he was sneaking in some dirt, and
that's a double entendre. That was a double entendre.
That's why Will was laughing at person. He was like, "Hold up, this nigga just said that shit to joke on me." He thought about that shit. He got up at hell nah. You know what I'm saying?
Good work.
I did my research, bro. I was thinking today. I was like, man, G.I. Jane joke. That shit was deeper than the hair. Cause hey, if you think about it, Jada Pinkett always wore low hair. Way back in the day, she always kept it low.
She has generational baldness. Her mama bald, her daughter bald. They got, it's a trifecta of baldness. They've been bald through the years. Don't get bald through the years. I never.
Hold on. That tells you right there, Pastor, that it's not made up.
She inherited alopecia. Just like you can inherit, a hairline. Like if your daddy lost hair, she inherited her hair problems. So it runs in the family. You know what I'm saying? It's a hairline problem. You know what I'm saying? It's a bunch of hairless hooligans over there. Hair-hatted, hairless hooligans over there. You know what I'm saying? But I got a video. I want to go to this video. Then we're going to have the brothers on the panel react to the video because it's Mental Health Monday. And there are consequences for being in a relationship with a narcissistic female, and I want men to be able to be vigilant. You know, Watch Your Taco Tuesday coming up tomorrow. Part of Watch Your Taco Tuesday is being vigilant, being diligent, and being vigilant about yourself. You know what I'm saying? And prohibiting things like this happening by showing self-love and being proactive, and maybe that on snapping the individual out of your life who's not in your best interest. You know what I'm saying? So let's see if you are in a current relationship with a narcissistic female, right? Or maybe some of the women watching are narcissistic females and you didn't know it. So here we go.
Female narcissist. Can women be narcissists? Yes. Female narcissists can be as toxic and threatening as male narcissists. What is narcissism? Narcissism refers to thinking very highly of oneself. Narcissists are selfish and have almost no regard for others. Narcissistic personality disorder is a mental disorder where you constantly seek attention. You don't care about others and believe you are special and superior, even if you are not. Who is a female narcissist? Narcissistic women can be self-absorbed, vain, lack empathy, and possess a bloated sense of entitlement. They often have a vicious thirst for interpersonal exploitation and can bully their friends, family members, and romantic partners. Although they can pretend to be caring and sweet, they're actually very cruel, vindictive, ruthless, and even abusive. It is really easy to fall into their toxic web, whether you are a man or a woman. This video will help you identify the signs of a female narcissist to help you spot them easily. Signs of a female narcissist. Here are 7 traits of a female narcissist that will help you spot them. Number 1. They are highly concerned about their looks. Physical appearance is very important to the narcissistic woman. From body size to outfits, from fitness to makeup, it is mandatory for them to look good, if not better than others at all times. Number 2. They don't take no for an answer. Having an inflated sense of self, the female narcissist has a strong need to be right at all times. Denial or rejection is considered a direct attack on their self-esteem. Number 3. They can flirt with anyone. A narcissistic woman will flirt even with people they don't like just to get attention. They will use their sexuality and charm as a weapon to get what they want, even if they aren't interested in you. Number 4. They find it hard to apologize. As they believe they are better than others, female narcissists have a problem with
Jada did both of that shit. Somebody got to mute up. Jada did both of that shit. Jada never apologized at the red table. Y'all remember the red table talk? Jada said it was a, what did she call that shit? And everybody still jokes about it today. She called it an entanglement, right? Will Smith wanted an apology. Will Smith wanted an acknowledgement. She couldn't even give him that. If anybody think I'm bullshit, look at that red table talk between Jada and Will Smith. It epitomizes everything we learning here today about narcissism. She could not apologize. She could not admit that she was wrong. She could not accept her fault. She said she was in an entanglement. Oh, you know we had an agreement. You told me it was okay. Bitch, I didn't tell you it was okay. I never said it was okay for you to fuck that nigga. We thought we was helping him. Y'all remember? He started crying. I thought August wanted my help. Both of you lied to me. She could not say the truth, that she cheated on her husband, that she betrayed her husband, that she broke his heart, his trust, and sent him into this mental fucking spiral. No, it was an entanglement. And she giggled. She laughed.
Hey, you can pull it up.
I'll pull it up. I'll let this play. I'll pull it up.
accepting their faults and apologizing. They will shift blame on others and avoid taking responsibility for their mistakes. Number 5. They lack empathy for others. Being self centered, the female narcissist struggles with the opinions of others. They are aggressive and inflexible people who are incapable of showing empathy to others. They can easily sideline people around them. Number 6. They don't negotiate, they manipulate. Due to their fragile egos, narcissistic women do not believe in negotiation. However, they are master manipulators. They can manipulate unsuspecting folks easily to have things their way. Number 7. They are highly competitive. The female narcissist has an alpha attitude that makes them very competitive and envious. They may act nice to people who pose a threat, but they will deceive and manipulate their way to superiority.
We've always said that.
And I'm trying to tell you, majority of those women is doing that is bald headed, bro.
Oh man,
Pastor that bus never late. That bus is never late. I think is that Ricky? Somebody got some bad audio, man. Y'all gotta fix your audio, man. The ladies in the chat do not like the poor audio, man. So I found the tape, man. I found the tape, man.
Hey, but we all done dealt with a woman like that though in our lifetime, though. You know what I'm saying? So, and those the ones that we all felt like we had to run away from them women. They're like, man, you got to get away fast from their ass. Like,
well, my goal is by doing shows like this is that young men who may not know that this word even exists. Everybody don't know this. Everybody don't have this knowledge. That's what this space was supposed to be about. Some young man is watching this saying, oh, fuck, I'm in a relationship with a narcissist. I never heard of the word narcissist, but she does this. And I've been trying to ask my mama, and my mama is a narcissist. That's why she won't help me with this no good bitch, which is why I picked the narcissist bitch like my mama. And no one is helping me. And I keep finding myself stressed out, depressed, angry, violent, on the freeway yelling. And the bitch is happy about the shit. And I don't want to be like this. I feel like I'm coming apart at the seams. My mama not supporting me. My woman not supporting me. Oscar Grant, y'all ever see Freeway? The Freeway station, the story, Oscar Grant, he was going through similar things with his mother, with the baby mama, and Oscar Grant ended up murdered by Johannes Mesley at that Fremont bar station.
hey, that's crazy, bro. Hey, y'all know what though? Hey, I'm finna make everybody laugh real quick with this shit. Hey, this one chick, hey, it's this one chick that I was dating right in the past. This motherfucker was a narcissist and a nympho. Like, hey, she was doing all that shit and she was screwing everybody in the hood. I was like, damn.
That's a common trait. Narcissism needs narcissism needs constant validation.
Yep,
so
constant,
so the only way you can get constant validation is with constant engagement. So therefore, it appears that they are nympho, and the whole that's again, nympho is something for them bitches, for these people to hide behind. The label, the psychiatric disorder of being a nympho is to hide behind the ultimate power that they are voyaging out for. They're not out here just voyaging to have sex with sex after sex after sex after sex because they just love sex. That's something they're able to hide behind.
I want everybody to listen to what Pastor is saying. Because when black men do certain things, it's criminalized as being insane. But when other races do things, it's like eccentric. You know what I'm saying? What Pastor is saying, that these individuals are making a conscious choice to go be with little boys, to go do weird shit. And when they do it, it's seen as a lifestyle choice, right? But when other people do it, it's seen as insane. Pastor is saying, nah, the motherfuckers is making a conscious choice to go do this weird shit. They wasn't insane when they did it because they was getting enjoyment out of it and they made a conscious choice whether they flew to Thailand or they did that shit in their backyard. It's cool. So it's not insane if a rich white man flies to a foreign country to do this weird shit. It's only insane if a black man do it in his backyard.
All right. Hey, look. So how would we look at the situation right now if it wasn't Will and Chris Rock? What if it was like two white boys up there who did it at the Oscars?
It would still be tacky.
They are insane. Like I talked to plenty white boys. They tell me that they have moments of insanity. Like we can't do both, right? We can't. Like one thing we do is in the black communities, we do both. We sit here and we blame all white guys for all the serial killing and saying they're mentally unstable and they're all on mental medications. Then we turn around and say, "Oh, but what if it was them?" Now we can't compare with them getting off or them getting special treatment with the reality that these motherfuckers chose to do this shit and they get to hide behind acting insane. They know what they was doing, bro. They every crime that's committed is almost damn near premeditated.
So I just want to say, I just want to give my brother some support. Like, I'm not saying I totally agree with Pastor, but I need people to listen to what he's saying and think about what you've heard about different things, about when certain things are classified as insane and when other individuals do them, they're seen as a lifestyle choice. Now, I'm not saying I 100% agree to him, but he's bringing up an excellent point that in some areas, some things that are classified insane, when other people do them on a particular island in the Bahamas, it's okay, you know?
Perfect. I'm gonna say something. Y'all gonna get mad at me for saying it.
You ain't did that. You've been doing that all day, so might as well keep it up.
Okay. This video you showed me about the female narcissist. I don't even know why you showed that. You just could have showed a video on narcissists. It don't have to be a female narcissist because narcissists are both male and female.
So
and the same pathology is identical for both.
He said that in the video. He said that in the video.
Right. So I don't see why they acting like this is something unique to females. It's not unique to women at all.
It matters because it matters primarily because who showcases this behavior more. So I agree with you. If both sexes, man and woman, can showcase the behavior, who's more willing to give you this behavior more? And
hold on, Ricky. Hold on. I got something on the screen for Ricky Hood right now. Ricky. There you go, Ricky. There you go. Wait a minute. There you go. No, bro, it's a male channel. So
that one.
I'm coming at this from a male perspective, right? You know what I say? I say hashtag father power. I pray for the female watchers and listeners, so I'm very appreciative for the female listeners, and I know they can get gems because they love their husbands and they love their sons.
But you know, I always say I will listen to y'all, but when I hear unjustified criticism, I have to speak out because it's unjustified.
No. I'm not Listen, I'm not criticizing women. I'm just speaking to a particular audience. And I'm trying to speak to I have a 24-year-old son. So I'm trying to speak to my son and 20-year-old men who may not have never heard the word narcissist, right? And may not know how to identify. And
we had a president for 4 damn years who's a fucking a clinical narcissist.
Well, that's not
they got first-hand experience with that shit, and we still can't get rid of the damn name.
That does not help my son in his heterosexual relationship.
Oh, okay, my bad.
You know what I mean? Help him.
Yeah, okay, I'm looking at it just for narcissism, period. But I understand what you're saying now.
Right.
But like Perfect said though, it didn't separate. The video didn't separate man and women. Hey, it could have been a man that heard that and been like, damn, I act like that, I might be a narcissist. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't just towards like women. Some men that's gonna come back and watch this video down the road might be like, they might see some traits of that shit in themselves.
And I think people understand that I'm coming from a male perspective, but when they see females in the audience and females participate, that I'm not affront to the female benefiting from my message. But what I'm talking about is that there are women's helps organizations in my neighborhood. There's OMI in my neighborhood. There is nothing like I provide for my son in my neighborhood. There is nothing like I provide for my son on YouTube. So I'm trying to be selfish, Ricky Hood, and providing something that I believe young Black males need. I believe they need digital footprints. I believe they need footprints in the sand. So I'm purposely speaking to men, right? And I believe women come here because they agree that men need this. And we have a woman who just joined the panel. I'm going to throw to her, and then we're going to get her perspective to see if I'm right. I could be wrong. I say I'm perfect. I'm not right. But I want to provide something that I believe is lacking for young Black boys. And that's a strong male role model and some insight to what if their trauma, right? If they're having some trauma right now in life and it's due because they think they're supposed to stay in a relationship with this woman, if she's acting like that, I want to tell my son, like, you don't have to stay there. You don't have to stay there. And please, son, seek help before something happens physically to you or her or somebody else. That white boy said it was 3 losers in the audience in that building tonight. And that's what happens when you resort to violence. So I'm going to throw it to girl behind the mic before we go to the Red Table Talk video. And I want to see your perspective on this, girl behind the mic, from the whole thing, if you think I've taken the wrong tack from the Captain Sabo. Because I've said Jada was not a wife. My wife would have stopped me. I've argued that a real wife and a queen would not allow me to get violent, would not incite me to violence, because she would know the brand is her brand. The $100 million is her $100 million. She would say, sit your Black ass down. We'll handle that shit later. But girl behind the mic, what you got on it?
Shout out to the kings on the panel. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to Miss Perfect Timing Podcast and Mr. Perfect Timing Podcast. So absolutely, but there's a lot going on that we are just now seeing the manifestations. We're now seeing will come apart, will come undone. How much more can a woman do to a man? I could never say the person that I saw get up yesterday and go slap another man in front of a live audience and global probably programming that I'm gonna be nice to him, but I wouldn't allow my husband to do that. What I felt, and like I was just talking to my best friend in Canada, I said Will Smith needs therapy. He needs therapy because he has not gotten over the public humiliation that his wife caused. Now, understand as I was talking to my best friend in Canada, because that's my girl since the 5th grade, and we have a close friend who actually knows these circles and been in these circles, knows about what these people in Hollywood do, and she's always said that Will Smith was an HOE, for lack of a better words, like he was out here deep. So was Jada, but it's no surprise. We are on a podcast here, so I'm going to say allegedly, but it's no surprise to me. I've always heard over the years before entanglement that Will Smith and Jada had an open marriage. I've always heard about Will Smith's dipping and dabbling, his sexual fluidity. I've always heard that. Both of them. And so, especially even when August Alsina came out, I was not surprised. But I think with Will, he suffered a bruising because it actually came out into the public. That's what happened there. It wasn't that, oh, Jada and August. No, it was, you have humiliated me. What I was describing this to my best friend. I said, the problem with Will Smith and Jada is, to me, in my opinion, they have tried to keep up with this facade of perfection, and they are not a perfect unit. A close source, the girl that runs around with the Hollywood people and all these sexual escapades and so forth, years ago, probably over 10 years, said that they are a toxic couple in the fact that they fight ferociously. And Will doesn't wear any pants, for lack of a better words. But I, as an observationalist, think that they both may be narcissists, but I've always thought low key Will Smith was a narcissist only because he has this fake positivity where I see beyond his eyes. I'm like, this man is trying to keep this together. I'm not sure how long. Once again, this part here is my opinion. And because in the last few years, let's be reminded, before entanglement, Will Smith and them came out. These are all Googleable if they haven't scrubbed these off the internet. There were articles published when Will Smith came out and said, I'm no longer married. Everyone was like, what do you mean? He says, we don't have any titles. We don't have a marriage license anymore. This is about what, 3-4 years or so. Y'all could Google this information. And I thought, wow, ain't that some confusing stuff? And then they came out.
I remember that.
You remember that, right? And so now we fast forward. Those are little like what we hear from the horse's mouth itself. And then people were so confused that everyone was trying to find out, what do you mean? He was just like, we don't have any marriage labels. We don't have a marriage license. So most normal people think, okay, divorced. They're like, no. Will Smith was like, no, it's not divorce, just no marriage license. And then Jada was trying to walk it back. It was so weird. And Jada came out with an article saying she's going to be in it, whether Will Smith's going to be on the other side of the house. She's going to be on.
Remember how August said, remember how August talked about it. He backed that up too. He said, I thought they weren't together. Everybody thought they had said it. She said it. He said it.
That's what they said. Because Jada was like, if he's going to be on the other side of the house, I'm going to be on the other side of the house with whoever. That's how we're going to be. So it's like they're planning all this confusion among themselves. And then even in August, and then we fast forward to entanglement. August Alsina's own words during the interview was, I asked, and this is paraphrasing, but you can look for that interview. He pretty much said, I asked Will for
yes. Go ahead, girl body. You on fire.
That's why I'll be like,
5 signs in the chat for my sis, man.
I'm like, do people forget this kid said I had to sit down with Will Smith in so many words, like I said, I'm paraphrasing, to get permission. Like what?
I talked to Will Smith. We were in the same house when I was fucking his wife. His girlfriend. He said I met his girlfriend. Will Smith had a you know who he had, that white lady from the movie?
From Gemini Man?
Yeah.
The little girl from YouTube?
No, he had Angelina Jolie, one of at her height. Well, the thing about it is, it was all behind closed doors. They played that story way too hard, way too strong. That story was not supposed to get played the way that it got played, and now everyone trying to save face, even at war.
Right, because and then this is what I tell people: don't listen. I'm not trying to judge people's parenting skills, but I first heard the word polyamorous from the daughter Willow. And I'm like, she was like 18. I'm like, what she know about polyamorous? And then we got Jaden running around here on tour talking about Tyler, the creator, is his boyfriend and is in love with him. I'm like, what the heck is going on in this whole entire household?
God, no.
You know, and nobody's like, what is going on with these kids? What have they seen?
Hey, since goddamn Will done stood his ground, y'all know what's coming next, right?
A new album.
Hell nah. We're gonna get everybody gonna get the divorce they've been waiting on.
Okay.
That shit coming. Y'all heard me say it first now. Will done finally stood up to somebody over his wife. Hey, the divorce coming next.
I don't even think a different way. I think they're going to actually do this into box office. I really think that they can do a G.I. Jane 2 off this.
Oh, it's coming. G.I. Jane 2 is coming. Well, hold on, y'all. Hold on. Let's go to this, man. We can stop it and shit, but let's go to this, y'all. Because girl behind the mic brought up some good points about the emasculating nature of the relationship, and you're gonna see who's in control. And really, even in this picture, before I push play, you can see Will is not the man, right? And it's not cool. It's not. I don't want to make fun of him. I want my son and men who are in this situation, because there might be a man watching this who look in the mirror and might start crying and might say, "Fuck, bro, I didn't want to admit it, but I have that same face." I'm saying that because I've had this phase. I've been Will Smith. I've been in this relationship. And I'm not proud to say it, but I was, man. And I believed that I couldn't leave because I had 3 male children and they don't live in my house right now. And I have a new wife and a new family. But I would not leave someone who was a narcissist and someone who put me through trauma, turmoil. I had seizures. I fell. I broke my shoulder. I lost my job at Kaiser. Everything I lost. I spent 401k trying to keep the bitch. I mean, I ran through hundreds of thousands, man. I ran through IRAs, and she still left. Kids still left. I look like this. I look like this. But I never heard the word narcissist. I did not know that my mother and my wife were narcissists. I was trying to please them. And I was being manipulated the whole time. And I was listening to culture and everyone say that I was a bad deadbeat father and all this shit. So they were able to push my buttons and keep me going and dancing. Oh man, I would dance. So this a real thing, man. This a real
Yeah,
thing.
it is. Look, Will looking like that because, like I told y'all last night, Will, they all had to sign contracts before they went on this TV show and did this red table shit they did. Will knew that where he was getting himself in, he could have denied that shit and said, "Nah, we're gonna handle this behind closed doors." And when he agreed to do that, and when she did all that shit, she was begging Will Smith to leave me, please leave me. He's standing in that ant bed that I be talking about. That same, he don't want to get out the ant bed. Ant's tearing his ass up, and he's standing there. And like I told everybody, ants travel. When you standing there, you got your family holding your hands. The ants gonna travel down your arms, onto your kids, and everybody gonna be getting tore up in a minute. Will got to get up out that ant bed, man. He's standing in the ant bed. He need to get up out of there. Maybe it's because what his daddy did to him, he don't want to like turn a bit of bad daddy type shit in, turn his back on the kids. He probably feel like his kids in the better, but I can't say that because they kids grown now. They kids grown, brother, and y'all got enough money to buy a street, and all y'all put a house out there if y'all want to do y'all own thing or whatever. Y'all can live on the same street.
He's now let those ants travel into the area of Black love, and we've been so, it's been a precarious journey to get Black love back. Black men and Black women have issues. Now on the stage, Black men and Black women not able to be, sane. Black men and Black men have had issues. Now on the world stage, he puts that. His mental health has permeated into so many other areas that have detrimental effects for the rest of the culture and the diaspora. This was some whole shit. Shit.
Hey, can we put Will Smith in the category with the childhood stars that been around TV their whole life? Because they all got, a lot of them have problems. Look at the boy from That's So Raven. I forgot his name. He was running around out his marbles at one point.
Orlando,
yeah, he was running around going crazy at one point, tripping at. A lot of them kids, when they get, like, look at Bow Wow. Bow Wow going, he do a good job of not showing it. But who to say when Bow Wow turn Will Smith age up in life, he might not run up on the stage and slap somebody when they come up with one of them jokes about him being he said he was on a private jet and he really sitting on the regular. You know what I'm saying? Imagine if they did that to Bow Wow.
Bow Wow and Soulja Boy have regular mental health outbursts.
That's why they hang out together. That's why they best friends.
Girl behind the mic, am I wrong? We all should be pretty much familiar with Bow Wow and Soulja Boy because they have regular mental health outbursts, but they don't get help. Yes, they have mental. Go ahead, girl behind the mic.
Oh no, you're right. You're right. Mm-hmm.
That's not new to anybody. Bow Wow and Soulja Boys have had numerous mental health breakdowns in public. And they will again. Too Raw, you are absolutely right. And they will again, because those boys need help. But we don't give Black men help because those boys have a mental health problem. They really do. And then every now and then they react. And then they have handlers. And because they make other people so much money, they have handlers that fix it for them. But they not saying, men, we know this. We know this. We're ignoring the truth about the mental health situation with Black men. and fathers, and not just black men, but white fathers. You will not replace us. You will not replace us. January 6th. That's a mental health issue. Khakis, torches, everybody still made fun of them. January 6th, putting people in jail. These white men are crying out because they are not able to be fathers. They've lost power and influence in a country that was supposed to be white. But since you hate white men, fuck them. Fuck their mental health issues. And when they start shooting up and purging shit, then people gonna be like, well, what's going on? They having a mental, yeah, they've been having a mental health crisis. January 6th. You will not replay. They've been crying out for help. And when they start acting out, everybody gonna be like, why the white man is killing everybody? Yeah, because you took away the pussy, you took away the food, you took away the money, you took away the kids. What's left? What's left? Oh yeah, the day is coming. Yo, I don't really scare nobody, but you know, we got the most guns in the whole world. This country, these white boys got the most guns, and we keep letting feminism and these people disenfranchise these white boys. What y'all? Y'all worried about the Ukraine? Don't worry about the motherfucking Ukraine. You need to worry about Wayne and Cletus. Oh shit, man. Y'all don't know, man. Let's go to the video, man. This is what racism does. Racism has told you to dislike white men so you don't understand their plight. So you don't worry about it. And these school shootings keep happening and no one is addressing the mental health of these white males. Because we don't like them, right? Come on, man. It's Mental Health Mondays, man. My name is Perfect Timing, man. Let's look at Will Smith. Let's listen to what he got to say. Hey, shout out to my brother, Big Daddy Beard Gaming in the building. That brother is a good content creator. He's a gamer and a great man, father, content creator. Hey, shout out to Sugar Bum. Shout out to Sugar Bum. Thank you for coming through and supporting. Big Beard in the building. Let's go to the video.
Important to come to the table to really clear the air. Somebody made a statement for me that wasn't a statement I made, that went cray cray.
And one of the reasons why I want
Usually not, you know, that would be something I wouldn't comment on at all.
Yeah.
You know, and I feel.
Did y'all see that girl behind the mic? Can you comment really quickly back to your alpha who's wearing the pants? Did you see that?
I saw that shit too.
Yeah, she cut him clean off.
And took back control. Like, nigga, you is not running this table, nigga.
Hey, I can say something though.
Please.
I think she wanted to have this discussion on here because Will look like the type that'll probably show the fuck out at the house when the camera's off. And she probably have more control over him because she know he's not gonna try to like show out and lose his image that he trying to hold up in front of people. He probably a totally different dude when them doors close and they try to have this shit at the house.
Right.
Hey, he look like the type that'll go off in that motherfucker, just to be honest. I got an uncle. One of my uncles was like that. His wife would get in front of people because she know that he not gonna show out. But like I be like, man, I used to stay with them. So I be like, man, she'll never do that shit at the house, bro. When we be home, like she'll never do that shit because he gonna lose it in the house. But like if she go out the door, he ain't gonna argue out the door in front of people. Like, you know what I'm saying? And I grew up seeing that shit living with my uncle. So I really feel like we're in his face right now. He look like, boy, this motherfucker get me out here and want to air me out. I can't even really show out like that. You know what I'm saying? Because everybody would have judged him then.
You could tell he's
that's
pissed.
like that's just off my experience living with like people that I know was like them.
You could tell Will Smith is super pissed in this interview, and I believe what you're saying too, Raw, for TV, because Will Smith has a persona and he's got this persona that people see and they love, just like typical narcissists. They can't do wrong in the public eye, and I believe they both have narcissistic traits because I'm not a psychologist. I don't know, but I was raised by a narcissistic mother, and I could tell you how that feels. But you know, the thing what you're saying too, Raw, I was telling my best friend, I can't remember where it was. there's a clip. I'm thinking it was YouTube or either Facebook. I just cannot remember. But Will Smith popped off on Jada. They were in the house and Jada had the phone.
So that was off the cuff. I remember that.
You remember that? And
yeah,
Jada
she was
film
going
it.
IG live, but
Yes.
they never do an IG live impromptu. He didn't know about the IG live.
Yeah.
And he
Yep.
checked her, like, what the fuck is you doing?
Checked her. He did not want to be on camera. And I was like, whoa. So like you said, he probably one of those dudes that do that. And years ago, what I'd heard as well in their circles was the issue with one of the issues with them, they were both strongly opinionated people. And that when I mentioned earlier that I'd heard they had a toxic relationship, was that I heard they all they do is argue, fight, and quarrel. Like she chastises him, he goes right at it. And like you said, he's probably one of those dudes that snaps behind closed. I mean, I've seen it firsthand. It was an IG live. That's what it was. Because I just remember it was a video and he had said to her like lowly, like don't record me. Like something like that. You heard him in the background and she still put the camera on him and this dude popped off. I was like, wait a minute.
So imagine if she would have told him, hey, I was messing around with August and this and that at the house. That boy finna go off the top.
Mm-hmm.
She did that shit in front of us for a reason like that, man.
Let's take a look.
Feel like it's a situation that I consider private.
You just feel like it ain't really nobody's business.
but
But now Black Twitter has claimed it as their business.
but I feel like it's healing that needs to happen.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the world right now.
Yeah.
Even though this is minuscule, I do feel like it's these kinds of things that create the world that we're in.
Mm-hmm.
And the idea of not communicating, not talking about it, not clearing the air, and just being as transparent.
Mm-hmm.
Just being transparent.
And I'm here with you.
Yeah, I thank you for that because you've been on a hell of a journey with me. So that's what we're going to start with. This is a very personal journey.
Yeah.
That became very public
Yes, absolutely.
for whatever reason.
So what happened, Jada?
Okay, so let's start with, I guess about 4.5 years ago.
Yeah.
I think it was about 4 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Started a friendship with August.
Mm-hmm.
And we actually became really, really good friends.
Mm-hmm.
And it all started with him just needing some help.
Mm-hmm.
Me wanting to help his health, his mental state.
Because for me, that was the thing when Og first came around, he was really sick.
He was really sick. Yeah.
And the outpouring for him from our family was initially about his health.
Yeah. And I mean, we found all those different resources, to help pull him through.
Mm-hmm.
And from there, you and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided.
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically, we broke up.
We decided that we were going to separate for a period of time and you go figure out how to make yourself happy and I'll figure out how to make myself happy.
Well, at that particular point in time, it was
That's what Girl Behind the Mic was referring to. This is what this is what Girl Behind the Mic was referring to, and this is going to be her scapegoat. But this is what I refer to on Women Wednesdays when I talk about when I answer the question, what do you bring to the table, right? And when Will Smith says, I needed you to go find out and complete you, right? You need to be able, you're coming to me incomplete, which is why I keep getting hurt, right? And Will Smith said to her in that moment, I need you to be complete. I need you to bring a complete plate to the table in order for us to have a successful relationship, an entertaining dining experience. So that's where this analogy comes from when I say you got to bring your own plate, a complete plate to the table. It's from this experience that they went through. All right, back to the tape.
Indefinite.
Yeah, I really felt like we could be over.
We were over.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, I think from there, you know, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August. One thing I want to get clear about and clean up, one of the things that was kind of swirling in the press about you giving permission, which is, you know, the only person that can give permission in that particular circumstance is myself.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But what August was probably trying to communicate, because I could actually see how he would perceive it as permission, because we were.
What? The only one could give permission is me. Do y'all see the dynamic here? This feminist bullshit she keeps sliding in. If you my wife, your last name is Smith, you living in my house. Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym. Kobe, my nigga, I hate it had to be him. Kobe, my nigga, about to lose 150 M's. Bitch, you wasn't with me shooting in the gym? Huh? What? How? You Mrs. Smith?
She's such a narcissist.
Go ahead, please.
Oh no, she's still got these narcissistic traits that I can't believe. She's casting blame on a kid. August said what he said, so you cannot minimize his feelings or emotions. We heard it loud and clear on the interview. He talked to your husband. He talked to Will. They were lounging and chilling. Yes, so that is giving permission. Whatever y'all do in your concubine or whatever the camp Will Smith, y'all bringing different types of people, do whatever y'all do. It was out in the open, and she wants to save face talking about no one can give me permission. No, August said it clear as day how he proceeded after your husband gave him. Her husband gave August the green light. Loud as
See,
day.
August probably was sitting under the cabana somewhere, him and Will. And he like, man, you so like this shit. August probably was like, this shit weird, bro. Like, I know y'all ain't together, but man, like you so like I can smash, like you feel me? And Will probably was like on some man shit. Do you, bro? Like that's on y'all. Like you know what I'm saying? That's part of the permission like he was asking for. Probably sitting out there under the cabana just chilling, and he just brought it out like, man, like you so like you good with this shit. You know what I'm saying? Like me and your wife, we falling for each other and shit. And Will probably was on some, man, we got an open relationship and this and that. He probably tell them like, I'm smashing all these fucking supermodels right now. I'm glad you got her ass right now. Like shit, I can go. That means I can go over here and move how I want to move. But I don't know, man. That's the permission part that I get from that shit.
Right.
But like I can say something too on what she talking about. She probably was saying the only person that can give permission was her, because it's her coochie. I hate to say it like that, but it's her coochie, and only way August gonna get it is she give it to him.
No, I got that. I understood that. I just was getting at her underlining theme of that. Like she was going at some feminist shit. Like I know she was trying to say that, but is it your coochie when you get married? You know what I'm saying? Because your last name is Smith.
No, it's our coochie then.
Right. Because if you give it away, then we not married no more. It's like everything is transactional. It's like when I did my sermon on gifts being transactional. If I die and I don't make it to my birthday, I don't get a birthday present. It's transactional. You know what I'm saying? The coochie is mine as long as we in this contract. And if you give it away, then we're no longer. Then that breaks the contract. You know what I'm saying? So when she says that, like, nah, we are in an agreement, contractual agreement, a legally binding agreement, bitch. Like,
hey, I feel like August should have been his ass at that table too. Fuck that. Hey, all three of their ass should have been up there.
No, because August was telling the truth. That's why he cannot be at the red table talk. They're trying to do a PR cleanup. And here's the thing that people have to also know. Why? This is what I always say when it comes to people's behaviors. Why would you think that August thought that it would be okay for him to even have that type of dialogue with Will Smith? Once again, what's going on in this house where people feel comfortable? Because I know that's not what's going on in this household. Like nobody, you know what I'm saying? What y'all doing over there to make it feel comfortable for a young guy
Girl
to
behind the
approach
mic.
this grown man.
I think all
Girl behind
three
the
of
mic.
them.
Girl
Yeah,
behind the mic.
I think all three of them was doing something in the bed together.
Okay.
Look,
Okay.
girl behind the mic. Why you doing Og like that? Don't be.
Og. He called him Og too. That's an
Hey, and
endearment.
why? Hey, look, if me and my wife was in Will Smith and Jada position, and we trying to help somebody, nigga, you ain't finna be living up in my house with us. Hey, we got
You
enough
ain't gonna
money
have
to
no
put you in a. Hey, we can build you something in the backyard. We can get you some down the street. We can put you in the program. They got enough money to help. Put
that nigga in the program. They got $100
Yeah,
million.
they had enough money to get him the help that he needed. They had enough money to do that shit. Why is he in the house with y'all?
Quiet as it's kept. They're the gatekeepers, and they got to get a taste before anyone does. That's allegedly. Quiet as it's kept. Allegedly.
Oh man, that shit. That's deep.
So this is the other side of the game, right? And this and that part of the game stopped being discussed with the current administration. All that shit got shut down because Trump, who everybody is supposed to hate because he's racist, he was investigating these motherfuckers. And remember what Young Pharaoh said, that Trump had like a lot of these motherfuckers on ankle monitor. Remember that? And that never got debunked. When Young Pharaoh said Ellen DeGeneres and a lot of these people have been brought up on charges and Trump had this whole task force. Y'all remember that? People forget, girl behind the mic.
I remember that.
People in Hollywood was going to jail left and right. It was the college scandal. It was all this stuff was being uncovered. As soon as this new administration came in, what happened to all that?
Nothing.
Crickets.
Nothing.
Crickets. Trump was on their ass. Trump was on their ass. Let's go back to the video. Because a lot of people are going to be talking about this today, but I love the fact that you guys suggested that we take a look at this because I don't know how many people will provide this level of context. So I say all the time, it's not the perfect perspective without you guys. The perfect women and the perfect men make this the perfect show. So I really appreciate that. But let's go back to the video.
That childhood trauma that feels as though it can be fixed through fixing people versus fixing me.
Yeah.
And I think that whole process with Og really showed me that and taught me that. And I'm really grateful for that lesson.
I feel like that husband, like I'm with you at the press conference. I'm that husband. Now I got to be with you at the press conference while you like tell the world about your transgressions. Like I love my baby. I'm gonna stand by my baby no matter what.
Well, I definitely understand why it would look that way or feel that way, but I actually don't look at it as a transgression at all. Through that particular journey, I learned so much about myself and was able to really confront a lot of emotional immaturity, emotional insecurity, and I was really able to do some really deep healing. And as I came through and started to realize certain things about you and I, he decided to break all communication with me, which was totally understandable.
Right.
And I let that be and hadn't talked to him since.
Right.
So it is a little weird that all this stuff is coming out now since this was.
Yeah, because for me, this was years ago, right? So the fact that it's coming up now, and I think it could feel weird for people that we're laughing and talking about it, but
it happened so long ago.
And our experiences of working through it, fighting through it, talking through it, and therapizing through it. I think that the why now is weird.
Yeah. When I say it's been a huge healing on my life and just what I had to confront and discover, about myself, the ugly truths and the beauty. So it was something that I felt like wasn't really ready to be discussed because it hadn't been that healing, because he hasn't wanted to, Og and I haven't talked in so long. You know what I mean? So
she is the queen pin, man. She is the queen pin. Me. I wasn't ready. August wasn't ready. You weren't ready. I had healing I did nothing wrong. Me. God, dog, bro. Did you hear this shit? Well, actually, I didn't think it was anything wrong because I healed so much. No, I didn't do anything wrong because I healed so much and I wasn't ready. And I, oh my goodness. Every time it's time to do some self-reflecting or anything is, no, it wasn't wrong. No, I wasn't wrong. I was healing. And August wasn't ready, and you weren't ready, and you didn't want me, and me. Golly. And she does it with a straight face. Look, when I say black men need to love themselves like black women, I mean good. Earlier, somebody asked, can black men treat black women the way they treat us? I said no. I said black men are inherently blue pill. We could never do some of these things, man, because the way we revere the sacred Mother Earth. But holy smoly, man, if we did, hot diggity dog. I mean, look at it. And she does. This was my mother, girl behind the mic. That's probably why we just are brother and sister, because my mom was a narcissistic. My mom didn't even want me to call her mom. And the thing that makes me like, touch me, like gets me like emotional is this face, is when a woman could see this face and still going for the kill. That was my mama. That was my ex-wife. Like, she'll see you broken, see you hurt, and still going for the kill. My mama called me fat motherfucker, fat bastard. She wouldn't even call me by my name. She purposely would call us by each other's name just to fuck with us. Every time she would call us, she would call every sibling's name first. I had to call her Mama Shirley. We didn't call her moms. She didn't like that motherly shit. She had all boys. So she would punch us and cuss us the fuck out because we was in the hood and we had to be tough. And I thought that's what it was, but it wasn't that. She just didn't love us. She didn't love us because she didn't love my father. But I thought that the title of mom denoted love, and that's not true. Just because somebody your mama don't mean they love you. Just because somebody your wife don't mean they love you. And that's the hardest shit, to be in a marriage, in a house with kids, and this woman is your wife. You didn't put a ring on her finger, and you got to look at yourself and say, God, this woman don't love me. How the fuck did I get here? Or my mother don't love me. Why did you allow me to be born by her? And then the work starts, you know, that's when you find 5.0. And that's when you become a God, because that's when you realize that in the same way that you feel like you were broken is the same way that you become a God, because I made me. Girl behind the mic made her. Too Raw made him. Too Raw got a testimony of what he went through and the person that he made and he created. It's hard having this face. It's hard being broken, but the key to this godly, this superpower, the real superhero, is that you can make yourself. With hard work, 10,000 hours. I love Girl Behind the Mic testimony. I love Too Raw testimony. Too Raw said, I hit the gym. I created a new man. I created a man who was attractive, not to just my wife, but to all women. It changed my wife's behavior. Girl Behind the Mic said she changed her life and created the person she wanted to be. Had to leave. It's levels to this shit. When you go to the 5th floor, sadly, but not sadly, you have to leave everything that was on the 4th floor. That could be your mama. That could be your ex. You know how people say, fuck them kids? If the kids is on the 4th floor and you trying to go to the 5th floor, fuck them kids. The Negro blue pill black male can't say fuck them kids. So you stay stagnant. You stay on the 4th floor. You stay poor and impoverished. Donald Trump said, fuck them kids. When his white bitch daughter that we love and think so beautiful went against him in a divorce, Donald Trump said, bitch, fuck you. You went with your mama in the divorce, in the book. She had to come on her knees and pay homage to God to get back in. And that bitch would not be in the White House if she didn't. You know when she did it? To get on that TV show. And as soon as she apologized, he put his daughter front and center, CEO on the boardroom. Female or not, this is my daughter. Boardroom table right now. She run everything. And she say you fire, you fire. But that bitch had to pray to God. Y'all don't remember? She went with the mama in the divorce. The mama sued Donald Trump. She talked big shit about her father. And he said, fuck the kids. We don't have the ability to do that as black men. I'm going to the 5th floor. Everything on the 4th floor is too much space and elevation in between the 4th and 5th floor. That's why they call it baggage and anchor weight. You can't bring it to the 5th floor. And you know what's happening to rappers getting murdered in the hood? Rappers getting murdered in the hood have elevated to the 7th floor. And they have survivor's remorse. So they go back to the 4th floor to reminisce and hang out of where they came from. The problem is everyone on the 4th floor could smell the fact that you're not 4th floor anymore. You want to convince everybody, hey, I'm still, hey, no, nigga. You on the 8th floor now. You don't smell like 4th floor. You don't look like 4th floor. What the fuck you doing in the hood? And they losing their life. Trying to straddle the fence. Trying to be on the 8th floor and the 4th floor at the same fucking time. Will Smith is never going to be able to elevate from this face. It's so much he has to let go before he can get away from this pain and depression. I know because I've been there. For him to get away from this pain and depression, he's going to have to leave everything on this floor. And that might be Jada. You could stay here. You can get you a 40 ounce though, because there's a lot of niggas with you, bro. I could help you, Will. I could roll you a blunt and get you a 40 ounce nigga. And we can go whoop on other black men together. Because that's what's on this floor, nigga. There's no elevation and progression on this floor, nigga. Get you a bottle if you're going to be slapping black men in public. Get you a bottle, nigga. There's no progression on the floor you on. And you're going to slap another black man if you don't get this message today. Oh, yeah. It's going to happen again. Whoever the next person to jump in front of that runaway bus, since my mama passed, I've been in a really emotional state. And sometimes I just don't go certain places. Too Raw got the segment, Check Yourself Before You Wreck Yourself, about the crash dummies in social media. I'm not trying to put myself in a place where I'm going to hurt somebody because emotionally I'm not right now. And if somebody was to put themselves in front of me, they would be basically a crash dummy because I'm in the wish I'm nigga would state right now. You remember that joke? I wish a motherfucker would. That's how I feel. I'm ready to crash out. If you get in front of me, you just got in front of an 18-wheeler with nobody behind the wheel. So I just don't go places and I stay prayed up and I meditate because I'm not looking to crash. I'm looking for that blessing that God for me. Some of us, man, grab the bottle and they looking for the car accident. Remember that movie Traffic? When I was working on this, I thought about that movie Traffic. The movie Traffic is not about collisions of automobiles. That's a good movie to watch with your boo on the Netflix and chill. Ludacris is in it. It's a good movie. It's one of the movies when they start doing cinematic shit a little bit different. It's not about collisions of automobiles. Traffic is about the collision and the car wreck that we're seeing right here and the collateral damage that is Chris Rock. Or that is your children, my son, my daughter. Black relationships are like traffic. And we got car wrecks and the collateral damage is these broken children in this shit. But like we say a lot in this space, a lot of us are addicted to the trauma are addicted to the traffic. Traffic, looking for my chapstick. A lot of us thrive off of driving in traffic. Because you can honk your horn, you can cut people off. It's a broad path. They ready to get in traffic. It's beef. I want to get in traffic. We addicted to the trauma, to the traffic, to crashing out. So everybody today is applauding the car wreck. And I just on Mental Health Monday, I just wanted to show the car wreck. 2 Raw TV, what you got, man?
Hello?
Hello?
Hold on, let me get from by this damn road up here.
RB in the building. What's up, RB, baby?
RB, what's up?
Will Smith taking it out on the wrong people. Say that again. Will Smith taking it out on all the wrong people. That reminds me of like the story of the father, man. You know, that the alcoholic father or the father having a bad relationship and he beats the kids. Like, yeah, man, it's so many reasons why we got to address this mental health issue because of the collateral damage, man. I be using these colorful terms, but it really means something, man. When the kids is the one who feel the
Hey, you see Steve Harvey called him a punk.
Yeah, man.
Steve Harvey called him a little punk, some Hollywood punk stuff.
I don't know. This all seemed very strange, you know. But I'm grateful for the journey that you and I have had together. Because I feel like there are a lot of couples that go through those periods and a lot of couples that have to separate and think it's over. And, you know, the one thing I'll say about you and I is that there's never been secrets.
Right. We came together young and we were both broken in our own ways, and to be able to make mistakes without the fear of losing your family is so critical.
Yeah. It's the idea of any relationship and trying to get to deeper understanding of love is going to be forged in fire.
Yeah.
There's no way around it.
Yeah.
And I think that one of the things that I'm deeply grateful in this whole process between you and I is that we have really gotten to that new place of unconditional love.
Because I wasn't sure I was ever going to speak to you again.
I know.
Yeah, like the fact that I'm speaking to you again is a miracle.
I would agree. agree.
No, but it ain't for the weak at heart. There's just certain things that you have to go through, and it's like.
And I wish, you know, I wish that wasn't the case. I do. I wish that wasn't the case.
I sure wish it could be all magic.
Obviously, y'all, they lied. Neither one of them have been healed. One thing he was honest about is they came together, two broken people. But one thing they were not honest about is the healing that has taken place. They obviously, from what we saw happen last night, Jada did not look like a healed person. She had some pain. She had unresolved issues. She should have been able to laugh. That was a mild joke. They looked like they may have been arguing that night. Jada was not in a good mood. She didn't look like she liked her dress. She didn't look like she liked where she was sitting. They obviously had not healed. And we now know that to be true. We now know that to be true. It's obvious they had not healed. And it's sad. It's really sad. I want to go to the clown. I want to go to because I've been talking about the minstrel show. I want to go to this buffoon. I want to go to this minstrel, to this clown. And for a minute, we didn't have to listen to this clown. And now this clown gets to speak. But you know, the clown is never late. The bus is never late. You know what I'm saying? The train is never late. You know, and they always have a list of Negro buffoons that they could go to, right? to get the Negro quotable. Y'all pay attention, read in between the line. Girl behind the mic said the devil is in the details. You know, I believe they're trying to create a stigma against us for whatever the next thing is happening in the reset. And if people believe that we, even at the highest heights, like a Kanye West as a billionaire, is mentally unstable, Will Smith as 100, like it's preparing them for the next thing. And Biden is in office, already suspected that, you know, you hear all this violent talk that Biden would usher in a new crime bill. But I don't know what the next thing is, but I do know they're softening and massaging the public toward black males for something. And y'all need to be concerned about it. Y'all need to be concerned about it, because I am. Let's see what this hair-hatted hooligan, this buffoon circus act got to say. You see this shit? She got matching hair. It's a goddamn shame. You can't make this shit up.
A little costume change?
I'm not wearing a costume. I'm wearing Dolce & Gabbana. It's called an evening gown, darling. This is not, no one's paying me for this. I paid for it. It's custom. Thank you.
Time of death for me right now. You look gorgeous.
This is not an acting gig. This is my life. This what fame look like. This what success look like. This what money look like. This what it look like. It's what it look like.
When is your book coming out called?
See, some people in the audience may have got upset with me classifying her as a buffoon and a clown, but the train is never late. Perfect timing is never wrong. Never wrong. Motherfucking clown shoes. Motherfucking clown shoes.
This what it looked like, and I will just read the entire
That
book.
book's not coming no time soon, but I Curse You With Joy will be out in November.
Okay.
And Layla, The Last Black Unicorn, will be out next month.
So much right now. Okay.
I'm just, trying to accomplish a lot of things before 50. What are you doing?
Well, I'm wondering
You
something.
out here with no shoes on, I'm jealous.
No shoes on. Here's the thing. I'm from Chicago.
And you out here with no shoes on?
This is warm weather to me.
I know, it's hot out here to you, right?
Okay.
I appreciate you.
You know I gotta ask you.
You're not uncomfortable in
I'm not, but you know I gotta ask.
Because you're not wearing no heels. You comfortable in the mud. I'm uncomfortable, but I look good. This is what it looked like.
Would you define tonight as uncomfortable?
No, I would define tonight as a success.
Okay.
It was a great night tonight.
Okay. What did you?
First of all, I seen a man stand up for his wife, which we don't see that much anymore. That made me have hope. How about you?
I
How did you feel about it?
I wanted your opinion on it because you're a comedian. And so it was that thing where, like, was that joke too far? How did you feel about what Will did? Because you are someone who's done comedy, and yet, like you just said, you saw a man defending his wife.
Yeah. I want to know how you felt about it. Would you want your husband to do that for you if you was clearly hurt? I mean, they put her face up on the screen. He looked over at his wife. She was hurt. What would you want?
I would want him to defend me. The thing that made me sad was, like, this was a big night for Will, and then you saw that emotion for him, and it was like, it's just, I don't think I've still processed how this night went.
Well, I just know she better take care of business when they get home, because I know I would. If my man did that for me, I'm just saying, yellow.
Did you talk to either of them tonight?
Yeah, I did.
Okay. Did you tell them how you felt?
Oh, they know how I feel.
Yes. Okay.
Oh, they know how I feel. That's my friends.
Yes.
They know.
Well, you go way back with them to some of the.
It's a girls' trip.
Yes.
Yeah. They know my crazy.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it was incredible to watch Will up there, T1. How did you feel watching him give that speech?
I felt very proud. I felt gratified. And I just hope that more men are like that. Care about their families. Now, it's not just about you, right? It's not just about you, sir. What about your family, the people you create, the people that help you be who you are? That's important. That's what I think America forgot about.
What do you say to people who are critiquing him online right now?
Yeah, what you doing for your family? Who you protect?
Okay, by the way, what can we expect from the book? Because we all want to read it.
What you think? I curse you with joy. What you think you gonna get out of that? You think you about to get the tea, honey? Are you thirsty? You ready for some tea time? Read that book. That part. She ready. Now I gotta go take these pictures. I got a limited time on my feet. I see you already took your shoes off. What about my feet? What about my feet?
I want your feet to feel good.
Girl, if you see my feet right now, they start talking to you. They be like, Kalima Shakti Day, Kalima Shakti Day. Girl, they talking Indiana Jones and the Temple of Doom, okay? I got to go.
That was embarrassing, bro. I don't even know. Go ahead, girl, Bond.
Oh no, it was cringe. The problem with, or maybe I should say, the issue with people like Tiffany, they need to understand that you become till eternity the stigma in which you created. So to American non-black people, you are this menstrual show of ratchet ghetto-ness. That's what they want to see and do. And she continues to deliver. I don't believe in her personal life she's like this, or she talks like this, or acts like this. But listen, I know people do what they can do to get to where they gotta go, whatever. You know, it's just unfortunate that the few black people that do make it in spaces like this, they don't understand that you subconsciously advertise the rest of us. So therefore, such stereotypes are now still held close because people of non-color believe that people like this really, really, really exist. They don't know the difference between an act and, and a non-act. So it was an awkward interview, but yeah, somebody made a good comment in this. Says the person that who's not in a relationship, but even let's go further. I think Tiffany Haddish was married before, because I was going to say says a person who's not currently married. I would like to say I don't find what Will Smith did as a badge of honor. It was embarrassing. It's embarrassing. It's like, you are not going to embarrass me in front. Remember, I don't know. We always talk about this sometimes in our kitchen table. Some of us that are black, the white folks, blah, blah. You're not going to embarrass me in front of all these white folks. Like, you're not going to do that. And it's not just about the white folks in the room, but it's like, no, we don't do that. After you gain a certain amount of success and money, you talk things over. You laugh at the joke and talk things over. Like, honestly, it took me a while to figure out. I had to ask my best friend and I, we were mulling over this. We're like, well, because I guess my ignorance, I don't know much about G.I. Jane, but I was like, what was wrong with G.I. Jane? She was like, maybe because G.I. Jane had short hair. I had no idea what the joke was about. So I don't know. He took it out on the wrong person. Will Smith needs therapy. He needs to reclaim his Webbles from his wife's purse, and he needs to go to therapy. That's what he needs.
Hey, girl behind the mic, you right. But like the G.I. Jane joke, I told everybody today, G.I. Jane in that movie, she cheated on her husband with a younger guy. So that's why he was like, oh, we waiting on part 2. So he like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we waiting on the second part of the movie. Like, you know what I'm saying?
See, I didn't watch the movie. I didn't know. Okay, but
that's
still.
Why, that's why Will Smith, like, it was more than about the short hair, because Jada had short hair her whole career. So it was a deep ass joke. That's why Will ain't get the joke at first. I didn't get it until the day I started digging around and shit. I'm like, and me and my wife, she was like, man, G.I. Jane, did she cheat on her husband with a younger guy too? And I was like, damn, you right. It's right there. So that's what that joke was about, man. Like Chris Rock, they got them inside jokes and stuff like that. And he felt like, that's my boy. Like, why you did me like that in front of everybody? Like, we getting over that shit. Like, we trying to work hard. You just brought back all that shit in front of everybody.
Yeah, he needs therapy. It's not like we forgot. I didn't forget. Yeah. I'll never forget the entanglement. And all them people didn't forget. So that's how you see him projecting like that he still needs help. Is because it became public.
Right. That's why I say, like, I don't know that see how he act right there with Chris Rock. So imagine how he act at the house. That's why Jada be want to do everything in front of the cameras. Like you turn the camera on, that's what stopped that rage in his ass. He started acting different. You know what I'm saying? He ain't gonna do all that same shit he do. But I don't know. He did it last night in front of everybody, man. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. He need help. I put Will in the category, like I say, the childhood stars. Look at Macaulay Culkin. They grow up. It be something wrong with them when they grow up from them kids that grow up in front of the camera their whole life. That's why too. Like when Will started, when he started to apologize when he gave his speech, he blamed it on the movie. He was like, I was just doing this movie and that's a narcissistic move too, right there. Like he started blaming it on other things besides why he showed out like that. He said, I had to protect these women in this movie and this and that and that and that. Hey man, the camera's turned off right now. We ain't filming no movie right now, like bro, like you know what I'm saying? But it's like he blamed that on the movie, like he didn't take self-accountability last night. He didn't say, I'm sorry, y'all, I showed out. Like every time I used to show out, and every time I used to show out, I'd come back and apologize to everybody that was around there, and I'd be like, I'm sorry, y'all, it was my fault. I showed out. I shouldn't have did that. He didn't say that. He started saying that I'm protecting these women, I'm a protector, and all this other shit. Like, so I don't know. He got something going on up there, man. He got something going on up there.
Yep.
This is a sad event, man. It's a sad event because it has a lot of downstream effects. It's a lot of collateral damage, and it's not over. We're going to close it out, man. I'm going to go to y'all, let y'all get y'all closing statements, but this not over. I think after the jokes, it's going to be more. Because like I said, when I did my research today, toxic masculinity now is back in the lexicon, and the face of it is a black man and a father and a husband. And I'm not okay with that. You know, toxic masculinity hasn't been discussed. Kevin Samuels really put that to bed. We were working on this thing between black men and black women. We were working on this relationship. You know what I'm saying? We were both being honest, coming to the table, you know, being honest about our faults. And now immediately everyone is like, we're like children. Everybody go to their side. You know, remember on the schoolyard, everybody go pick a side. Like immediately when this happened, everybody resorted back to their old immature ways. And we can't let that happen. We got to continue with the progressiveness. We got to continue with the growth. My son, if you're watching it, this is not becoming of a man. And I don't get it when all the women are saying he protected her. Nah, man, this is not becoming of a man. You would not want your husband to act out like this in public. And when you say this, that's that karma you putting out there. And then how can you say that violence is okay and condone it in one area, but then say if he beat your ass, then he's wrong? So he could beat some man ass in the parking lot, right, if he disrespect you. But if you disrespect him when y'all get home in the kitchen, did he wrong for beating your ass? The violence is not acceptable on no level, and you can't. And they think men are robots, and you could just turn the violence off. If a man moves in that modus operandi, then he's a violent man. He moves in that violent modus operandi, and anyone who disrespects can get it. Ain't that what we say? Anybody can get it. You too. So be careful what you ask for. I'm gonna go to Too Raw. Then we're gonna go to girl behind the mic. Too Raw, what you got on the Too Raw out there now? Did you go to the dentist, bro?
Hell no.
Damn, why, man?
I pushed it off, man. I pushed it off. I'm gonna do this shit this weekend.
All right, before you go, don't smoke and don't, you know what I'm saying, nothing spicy, no alcohol, and you know about the thing I told you about.
Yeah, that's why I didn't go, because I was drinking like a goddamn fish last night.
Yeah, you can't do none of that before you go. Don't do
That's
none of that.
why I was like, it ain't hurting that bad right now. Like I can wait till this weekend.
Go pick up some clove oil. Don't go home. Don't go to bed tonight, because you know when it lay down, it's going. Go pick up some clove oil.
All right.
Go pick
we
up
already got some. We got some clove oil at the house already.
Okay, you good. You good. And then you know about the cement. What you got on the closing statements, man?
Man, I don't know. It's crazy, man. Like all day today. Today I went in the gas station. I saw the nerdiest dude and they're laughing at Chris Rock like Will Smith did something spectacular. Like everybody got these corny jokes. I told y'all the memes was gonna come. They already out there going crazy with the memes. I just feel like, man, like it is both. Everybody gonna lose unless Will Smith can get on and come back. Hey, he gotta apologize to Chris Rock for one, man. Apologize to that man. Y'all get on there. Y'all did that. Y'all did all that shit in front of us. Now y'all need to be a great example right now and show everybody that y'all can get over that shit. You know what I'm saying? And hey, I don't know, man. It's just a lot of shit. It's a lot of shit going on with that. So I just want to see my people. I feel like that was some puppet shit, like some puppet master shit. Like I really feel like they set that shit up. The higher ups, they set it up so they can bring more attention to the Oscars. Because people really wasn't watching the Oscars like that. I didn't even know what was going on until you said, like, we could talk about the Oscars. I didn't know the Oscars was going on. The BET Awards get more people watch more people watch the BET Awards than they watch the Oscars. You feel me? So that's where I'm at with that, man. Like, I just want to see my people do better. Stop getting out here showing out for these people to hype their shows up and to bring more attention to their shows. Like, man, because I feel like that's what that was. And today I was watching YouTube today, right? This guy, he showed a video of Chris Rock 23 years ago on stage, and he said some crazy joke. And I think it was Damon Wayans got up there and he fake slapped him. And then everybody rushed the stage. They had a fake Britney Spears that he was joking on. Like everybody who he made jokes on, they had the fake versions come up on the stage and like beat him down to the ground. And that's just crazy to me that the numbers don't lie on shit either. It was 23 years ago. That's something, but this time they used Will Smith to do it. But it was always Chris Rock. Like it's just something going on with that, I believe. Like I really believe that, man. I don't think it was fake. But do I think they baited it up? Yeah, they know Will Smith was gonna probably get in his feelings. These people that's higher up, they know these people they know these people better than we know them. We just know them when the cameras come on. These people know them when the cameras turned off. You feel me? So they probably knew Will Smith was gonna show out. They probably didn't know he was gonna go up there and slap the hell out of this man. But they probably know that he was gonna say something, or you know what I'm saying? I don't know. It just be more than what we see. That's all I think. And I'm gonna end it on that, man. I don't want to be everywhere with
it. Excellent points. Excellent points from my brother. We up here with the king. What is Street Doctor? Oh, the Street Doctor handling some entrepreneurial stuff, man. So I did see the Street Doctor in the chat. 3 Kings podcast going up, man. Hey, did you see that thing I sent you in the Instagram chat about the 3 Kings? The 3 Kings is lit, y'all.
Yeah, I saw it.
Yeah. So the 3 Kings is lit. The 3 Kings is going up. You got 2 Raw right now. Let me get them gorillas in the chat. You got perfect timing right now. Let me get them watchers in the chat. Everybody, let me get the wolves in the chat for the Street Doctor 3 Kings podcast last night. Up now, right now on 2 Raw TV, uncut. Go check out our episode last night. We were the first people with this story. Today is Mental Health Mondays, so I'm opening up and unpacking the mental health aspect of. But we did the scoop last night. We did all the salacious topics last night. So perfect timing in 2 Raw. We just back unpacking the mental health so we can help our sons, man. I got grown sons, teenage sons. So this topic is extremely important to me. So yeah, man, go check out that 3 Kings podcast episode right now on 2 Raw TV Uncut. Street Doctor, he got 3 Kings podcasts over there. Street Doctor got the court, he got the scoop. My name, Perfect Timing Podcast. I simulcast live on 3 channels every time. Perfect Timing Podcast live. I'm also live on Facebook, live under Patrick Potter. We came to you today to let you know that the events that you saw last night were not becoming of a man, and the men on YouTube do not condone the actions of Will Smith. We do not, my wife and 2 Raw wife do not condone the actions of Jada Pinkett Smith. Wives and queens, do not incite kings to violence. Son, brother, it is never okay for a king, a boss, to resort to violence at any time. Like Mama Shirley said, rest in peace, and that's going to be the end. It's a right way to do wrong.
All right, look, that's just like what we just said too. Look, imagine what if Chris Rock would have had a pistol on him? He had every right to defend himself last night.
He would have had stand your ground. You're absolutely right. And he's at work. Chris Rock was at work.
Right.
Chris Rock was being paid. He was on stage as the host. So you're right. He had all rights to defend himself. But he understood that Will Smith was a man on fire. That Will Smith was trapped. That Will Smith is caught in traffic. My name is Perfect Timing. This is my brother 2 Raw TV Uncut. Week 2 of the 3 Kings.
You want to tell them about the cash giveaway too? We doing when we got the $300 cash giveaway.
I forgot to tell the people we did that on my channel. So everybody, we're gonna do a $300 cash giveaway when I reach monetization. Right? We got to get to 1,000 subscribers, 4,000 watch hours. So this is what 2 Raw said. He was gonna give away $100 when we reach 1,000 subscribers, right? And then Street Doctor said, I'm gonna add 100. So I said, fuck it, I gotta add 100 because it's my channel, right? So it became 300. And then we said, instead of giving one person $300, we're gonna do 3 winners, right? So we're gonna pick 3 lucky winners when Perfect Timing reaches full monetization. And each of those lucky winners is gonna get a cash app of $100 from the 3 Kings. So, I mean, a lot of people left, so they didn't hear that, but we'll make the announcement again on my next show. Maybe I'll make the announcement on the beginning of the next show, just to let everybody know to watch and subscribe. So you have to be a subscriber you got to be a timer, right? So it's gonna be people with blue wrenches, right? You don't have to be a subscriber, you don't have to be a timer. But one of those timers, 3 of the timers actually is gonna get a $100 gift from the Kings when Perfect Timing reached. And I want to say thank you to my fellow Kings because they was their idea. And these brothers are coming to my life on the real brotherhood aspect to help me reach goals that I've always had. And these brothers are already got thousands of subscribers and they've already been profitable on YouTube. And now they're just here to help my efforts. I'm extremely thankful to 2 Raw on the Street Doctor. And so y'all look out for the $300 cash giveaway. 3 timers will get that prize when we reach monetization. Ken seeing red is not eligible. Ken seeing red is not eligible.
Ken over there like, man, what I do, man? What I do?
Ken said, show the babies. Hey, Ken, that's why I'm shutting it down because any second they're going to start banging on the door. So that's why I'm shutting it down, man. It's their time now. So I got my podcast in and I did my work. I did my calling. And now it's time for me to go do my daddy work. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, they about to be pulling up. And I made dinner. And I'm going to go give my wife and kids a big old hug and rejoice in the blessing that is my family. You know, I pray that they safely make it home. I pray safe passage over all of you guys so y'all enjoy the same thing. Like, there's a lot of gifts in life. And in order to benefit from them, you got to deal with some of these mental health issues. Because it blocks your blessings. Remember, Mama used to say that. So you got to deal with these mental health issues so you could actually enjoy the gift. Because sometimes you got blocked vision. You don't see the gift that is your wife, your children, or this life. You know, God could have picked somebody else. It's 16 million sperm, 300 million sperm. So this a gift. This an opportunity, you know. And I rejoice in this gift and this opportunity. And the gift of having a stage to speak and give my voice, that was a great gift that God did. It took a lot of work, but, you know, I'm very appreciative of this platform. So y'all have a good night, man. Salute.